These are not the ugly
Good morning.
shoes.
Good morning, everyone. We're about to go live, so just stand by. If you're new, make sure you sub. And everyone, please like the video. Like the video, and also check and make sure you've got the notifications clicked.
That is most effective is wearing the proper shoes. Call the Sole Authority at 954-597-7060 or online at thesoleauthority.com. It's THESOLE authority.com. Tell them Steve Kane sent you.
Traveling and need a COVID test? Maybe you need a COVID test for work or school. Stop by Any Lab Test Now of Boca or Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. They offer all the COVID testing panels you need at the lowest prices, including the antibody test. Results in 15 minutes. Any Lab Test Now of Boca is located in the Sandalfoot Plaza, where Western Beef is, south of Palmetto Park Road and north of Hillsborough on the east side of...
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the show.
375-009. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is located on the southeast corner of University Drive in Round near the Coral Square Mall in Coral Springs. Call 954-906-5983. Make sure to tell them you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show.
Seniors, open enrollment is here. I Will Advisors is here to offer you an unbiased comparison.
Thank you, my Rocco. Isn't every show a great show, though? They all are great.
Specialize in educating Medicare beneficiaries.
Did you all catch my sunrise at the beach stream?
Call us directly at
New podcast coming up this afternoon, too, so look out for that.
8080 954-753-8080.
I got to clear my throat, guys. Let me take the mic off. Oh, there's a huge, it's 68 degrees, which is like the middle of winter in Florida. It's affecting my everything.
From Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll free 1-855-FLA-3782.
Here we go.
You are listening to South Florida's longest running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. To call the show toll free, dial 1-888-COCAINE-1. That's 1-888-COCAINE-1. And now, here's Steve.
Hey, guys. Welcome. It's Monday, November 1st. Oh, yeah. November 1st, 2021. My name is Brian Craig, and this is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. And when I left the house this morning, I saw it's 68 degrees, which is the middle of the cold winter here in South Florida. And it is affecting my sinuses. Oh, my goodness. Well, welcome so much. We got so much to talk about. Oh, so much to talk about today. This is a great time to be a Trump supporter. It's a great time to be MAGA. It's a bad time to be a Democrat, I'll tell you that. And we've got a lot we're going to get into today. The Democrats are in a complete panic over the expected victory of Glenn Youngkin in Virginia over Terry McAuliffe. You know, Terry McAuliffe at this point, he is trying to act as if he doesn't want to win. He is expecting to lose, Terry McAuliffe, expecting to lose big, so he's doing all kinds of things so that when he loses, he can say, yeah, well, you know, I stood up for what was right. So he was attacking parents again over the weekend. He's basically Terry McAuliffe at this point. Terry McAuliffe is campaigning for Glenn Youngkin in so many ways. So we're going to talk about that today, take your calls on it, and a lot of other issues too. An interview with Alec Baldwin. We're going to get into that. Got a little nutty, which is very, very important to talk about as well. He's the leading vocal Hollywood gun control person. And the fact that he did what he did a little over a week ago is very, very relevant. And also coming up, Steve Kane will be joining us, of course. But also coming up today, something happened with Biden over in Rome, which is not being reported, but you will hear it here on the radio this morning. If I can get through this cold weather, my goodness, 68 degrees. I do not even own a pair of socks. I have 2 pairs of socks, a black pair and a brown pair that I wear on the cruise, every year with dress shoes. I have no socks, and I do have some long sleeve shirts, but I got to get them out of the closet, probably covered in dust because I haven't worn them in so long. But my chest is all congested from this cold weather. I went outside today. I'm like, what is going on? My dog did not even want to go out into this cold weather. And then spraying the studio down with Lysol, that doesn't help. It's like being crawling out of the trench in the First World War with all the Lysol I spray in here. I'm the only one who uses this studio during the week, but on the weekends, I don't know who's here. And I do know some people use it on the weekends. I don't know who they are. I'm sure they're good people, but I Lysol, even before the pandemic, I would Lysol everything down. I'm not into community radio studio, so we always got to kill the germs. It's not a COVID thing. Well, listen, this story that came out in Virginia that Youngkin was ahead by 8 points. He actually was ahead 13. And let me explain this to you. They were really nervous, the Democrats, because Youngkin was up 8. But I'm here to tell you, Glenn Youngkin in Virginia was up by 13. And here's how that is. He was behind in the previous polling by 5. Right? So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I want to make sure I did my math right. It's early in the morning. Cold weather today. So he really gained 13. 13. I don't know if the media realized that or if they covered that part up of the story. But a 13-point gain by Youngkin over Terry McAuliffe in just a few days is miraculous. And the reason the Democrats are in a panic, because with the victory of Youngkin, if it happens tomorrow, hopefully it does, but if Glenn Youngkin wins tomorrow night, it means a lot of things. First off, it's the end of this bill they're trying to shove through Congress. It's the end of Biden and Kamala Harris and any influence they have. Remember, Terry McAuliffe has had Biden, Kamala, and Obama campaign, and still Youngkin gained 13 points on Terry McAuliffe. Maybe that's part of the reason. So the Biden agenda will be done with a Youngkin victory, which is a huge victory for us. And it will also be the beginning, the official, well, maybe unofficial, but it'll be the beginning of the midterm election season led by President Trump, who's looking to drain the swamp of all these rhino Republicans. And Glenn Youngkin winning in Virginia, he'll be on the campaign trail with Donald Trump at Trump rallies on Saturday nights. He's going to become a big star out of this. Youngkin comes out as a victory. He's going to be the number 2 Democrat. I'm sorry, the number 2 MAGA guy out there working to defeat Democrats for the entire midterm election season with Trump. There'll be other Republicans like DeSantis and Marjorie Taylor Greene. But this one is huge because Youngkin, remember, Northern Virginia is controlled by the Washington, D.C. establishment. I keep telling you guys, all these bureaucrats that work at the State Department, the Pentagon, all these different departments that we have too many employees and too many departments in Washington, the majority of them live in Northern Virginia, and the bureaucracy, the party establishment of the left in particular, have a lot of control over Virginia because they control Northern Virginia. So this would also be not just a defeat of the Democrats in Virginia and Terry McAuliffe. This is like when Scott Walker was facing that recall. Remember that? And they sent the Obama campaign out there. Youngkin will have beaten the entire Washington establishment, the entire Democrat Party, the machine of Biden, Harris, and Obama, and that's an amazing thing. And the Democrats and the media on the left are in complete panic over this. Let me play something here. This is one of my least favorite people on television. I would say my least favorite, but you got Brian Stelter and Chris Wallace out there. You know, Shepard Smith used to be on television. CNBC does not count. That's not television. Chuck Todd, he's in my top 5 most disliked personalities in the news. He is in a panic. He's going over the polls, and he looks physically ill. This is Chuck Todd over the weekend going over the polls that he describes as scary. Listen to this.
It's filled with some scary news for the Democrats. The overarching message: Americans have lost their confidence in President Biden and their optimism for the country. At least they have right now. Just 22% of adults say we're headed in the right direction. A shocking 71% say we're on the wrong track, and that includes a near majority of Democrats who are saying that.
Whoa! A near majority of Democrats are against Biden. A near majority, and you know, these are liberal polls, so you always got to add. So we know it's majority. So the majority of Democrats are dissatisfied with Biden. The majority of Democrats think we're going in the wrong direction. This is awesome. Told you it was a good day to be MAGA.
Country, at least they have right now. Just 22% of adults say we're headed in the right direction. A shocking 71% say we're on the wrong track, and that includes a near majority of Democrats who are saying that. President Biden's approval rating stands at a dismal 42%.
Now, I want to keep in mind, there are different types of polls. There are likely voter polls, registered voter polls, and polls of Americans. 3 different types of sampling. The most scientifically accurate is the poll of likely voters. Likely voters are people who are registered to vote, have voted in the past 2 elections, and say they're going to vote in the next. So that's the most scientifically accurate. The second level, which is not scientifically accurate, is registered voters. They can be registered all day, but they may never vote. And then the least accurate, which always leans to the left, are polls of Americans. They may not even be registered to vote. And when so these numbers are with the least scientific polling sample that you can do of Americans. They're not even registered to vote. And usually that is the most liberal polling sample of all, because people that aren't even registered to vote, Americans, don't know what's going on. They don't care. They don't know. And even among people that aren't following the issues, Biden and the Democrats have such low approval numbers. This is huge news, people. Let's get back to it. Chuck Todd in a state of depression with his liberal bias poll. So you got to add like minimum 10 to all these terrible numbers, but probably more like 15 to 20. But we'll just stick with their numbers for now.
Scary news for the Democrats. The overarching message: Americans have lost their confidence in President Biden and their optimism for the country. At least they have right now. Just 22% of adults say we're headed in the right direction. A shocking 71% say we're on the wrong track, and that includes a near majority of Democrats who are saying that. President Biden's approval rating stands at a dismal 42% versus 54% who disapprove. Believe it or not, just 2 months ago, Mr. Biden was in positive territory, 49% approving, 48% disapproving. So what's pulling down the president's numbers? Well, look at this set of numbers. Just 37% say he has the ability right now to handle a crisis versus nearly a majority who say he does not. 37% also say he's competent and effective as president. 50% disagree with that description. What's more, Republicans, believe it or not, have double-digit leads in dealing with border security, inflation, crime, national security, the economy, and shockingly, on getting things done. Democrats hold generally smaller double-digit leads on dealing with climate change, the coronavirus, education, and abortion. And that's really it right now. It's not clear yet whether any deal struck by Democrats on the social spending and infrastructure will nudge Mr. Biden's numbers back into positive territory, or whether the damage to his reputation is more of a scar than a bruise. But this much is clear. About the only good news for Mr. Biden and the Democrats in this poll is that the midterm elections aren't for another year.
Wow. So that's that. Talk about defeatism, man. Does he sound defeated? He sounds defeated to me, Chuck Todd. It's like all over. It's all over, yeah. All right, listen, let's take our first break of the month of November. My name is Brian Craig. This is Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show, on the radio since 1977. Sorry, I'm inhaling some of the Lysol fumes that I overdid with here. Our number is toll-free 1-888-GO-KANE 1, 888-465-2631, 888-465-2631. We'll be right back after this.
Brian Craig here. When it comes to auto repair, you want a garage that you can trust. Someone that will only do work on your car when your car needs work. Introducing Champagne Automotive in Boca Raton, the latest sponsor of the Steve Kane Radio Show. Tom called in on the radio to tell us about his experience with Champagne Automotive.
Hi, this is Tom from Tamarack.
Hey, Tom from Tamarack, what's up?
I just want to tell you guys something. I spent the last 2 days trying to get brakes for my car. I was leaving the house yesterday to go try another place that had a lower price. They wanted $800 for the brakes. And that advertisement came on for Champagne. I live in Western Tamarack. I said, let me take a drive up there. Well, I was almost blown over how friendly, honest, old school these people are.
Old school, that's really the term that really describes it.
But let me tell you, the guy I had gone to previously won $800. He said, well, you need to change your power steering fluid. And Ed, the owner, put the car up in the lift, pulled the wheels, because you don't need brakes. And I about fell over.
Wow, well, tell me the end of the story. You got me hooked.
So it wasn't that your vehicle was misdiagnosed at the other place. You were dealing with a crook.
Oh, absolutely. This guy wanted to sell me everything but a washing machine. I don't want that.
Now, this is our new sponsor. We have wanted for a long time to have an auto repair shop. When it comes to auto repair, that is the most difficult category for us to find as an advertiser, because most are like this guy you were dealing with the other day over in Tamarack. They're crooks. And we found Champagne Automotive. Ed, who's the owner and listener of the program, they come very, very highly recommended. So I appreciate you calling in and telling us the good story. Now, Champagne Automotive, they're in Boca off Spanish River Boulevard, immediately west of Dixie Highway. The number is 561-245-8101. 561-245-8101.
Seniors, Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors, 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. Debbie can educate and guide you through the many different plans, choices, and cost considerations. I Will Advisors represents all major national insurance companies, not just a single carrier. Get the right coverage for you. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors, 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. November 1st already. Can you believe it? It's been almost a year, huh? Oh, man. Well, things are looking good for us. Did you guys catch Judge Janine's interview with President Trump on Saturday night? Oh, my goodness. It was a great interview. It's about a half-hour interview without the commercials in it. I didn't watch it live. I watched it yesterday morning. And it was just a beautiful interview. It was a great interview. In fact, I will say Judge Janine's interview with President Trump was one of the best interviews I've seen with President Trump in a long time, because he was talking about everything that is relevant in the news cycle right now. And those of you in South Florida, have you noticed the last few days, things have it's a little chilly this morning, but things are great in South Florida. Might be a little cold, but the air feels better, it tastes better, it smells better. You know, I went down to the beach on Saturday morning, did a live stream on YouTube, watching the sunrise on Fort Lauderdale Beach. And it was a beautiful day. And I didn't realize it. But now I know why it's so much nicer here in South Florida right now. President Trump is back home at Mar-a-Lago. Oh, man, can you tell the difference? When you drive to work today, you'll probably not hit a single red light, and there'll be no traffic, no matter what way you're going. Because President Trump's back in South Florida at Mar-a-Lago, and everything's perfect now in Florida. Oh, man. But this interview with Judge Janine and President Trump was a perfect interview. He touched on everything that is going on in the news cycle right now, which, of course, is a complete disaster for Trump. And, for Biden. And Trump called him out on everything. And see, this is the nightmare that the left have, that Biden will each week now be questioned by President Trump. Because what's going to happen, once we get through New Year's, once New Year's is over, we're going to have a big victory, if we're very lucky, hopefully tomorrow in Virginia, tomorrow night. And hopefully it'll be early, but looks like we may not know till the end of the week. But after the first of the year, cancel all your Saturday night plans after the first of the year, because it's going to pretty much be a Trump rally every weekend as President Trump travels around with campaign stops for these Republicans that he's backing, MAGA Republicans that he's backing around the country. And each and every week, it'll be like the Judge Jeanine interview. President Trump every week will go through the issues of that week, give his analysis, his opinion. And one thing I thought was interesting about the Judge Jeanine interview with President Trump, it wasn't just that he was criticizing Biden. He was giving solutions like the gas prices. You know, Judge Jeanine was talking, the gas prices are like, well, how much more? I know that on Inauguration Day, I filled up my car on the way to Mar-a-Lago to see President Trump return home, and it was like $1.59 a gallon to fill up my car that day. And now it's like $2 more. And Judge Jeanine asked him about the gas prices. Biden has some plan to release oil from the national oil reserves that'll bring prices down 18 cents. The taxes are more than that on a gallon of gas. And Trump told Judge Jeanine what he would do to drop gas by $2 a gallon in about 6 months if he were running the show right now. Gave solutions, not just being critical, but gave solutions to the things he was talking about. See, and that's one of the great things about President Trump. Okay, that is one of the things. He's changed the expectations that the voters have and that the American people have for their leaders, for their president and other officials. They don't want just a bunch of rhetoric. We can do the things if we stand together. We can climb the hill, and when we're together, nobody can stop us doing the things. Well, a bunch of Obama gobbledygook, you know, trying to talk like Martin Luther King, you know. But Trump has solutions. This is the problem. I'm going to fix it. This is how I'm going to do it. That's what people want now. I think that's what people always have wanted. But before Trump, we just didn't think it was possible because these guys with their clean desks without a piece of paper on it, with their feet up on the desk, and you got Trump, you can't even see the desk because it's covered in papers, you know, because he's working all the time. And that's a big problem. You know, we have a lot of problems in this country right now. Trump talked about this with Judge Jeanine Saturday night. President Trump handed Biden a perfect country. A perfect country. Even coming out of the pandemic, everything was perfect. And Biden wrecked it. And every time there's a problem, he just sits back, lets things run their course, doesn't get involved, like this supply crisis thing. I went out yesterday to get Halloween candy. We were low on Halloween candy, probably because we bought it early and I've been eating it all month. But went out to get Halloween candy. Good luck finding it. Good luck finding it. You know, this supply crisis, what's Biden doing? Oh, let's just sit back. It'll work itself out. If President Trump were in the White House right now, first off, this wouldn't be happening, this supply chain crisis. But if it were happening, he'd have it taken care of. He'd have the Navy at the ports unloading ships. He would suspend whatever ridiculous, he would declare a state of emergency because that's what it is, which gives him power over the state. And he would suspend all these stupid restrictions they have in California where you got to be a member of a union to drive a semi-truck to the port. And your truck can't be older than 2011 to drive. You know, he'd lift all that and we'd have independent truckers like Wisconsin Gary, who calls us, leading a convoy led by Chris Christopherson. Is Chris Christopherson still alive? I don't know. To California, and it would be done. He would have a meeting immediately with the unions for the longshoremen, the people in charge of the ports. He'd be meeting with them. He'd have press conferences on this, and it would be done. And here you got Mayor Pete, the Secretary of Transportation, which really is a job that they give to someone that they don't like, that's incompetent, they can't do anything, but they owe him a favor, so they make them transportation secretary. Here we have a supply crisis. What's Mayor Pete doing? Dressing his kids up as highway cones. He spent more time working on the fashion for his kids' Halloween costume than he has on this. And I've seen a couple interviews with Mayor Pete. What a vacuous person. Oh yeah, he's got a great vocabulary. He's got a deep voice. Looks kind of strange. Alfred E. Newman. President Trump says he looks just like Alfred E. Newman, and he's right, as always. But What's he done for the supply crisis? He said the other day, well, if we pass this stimulus bill, it'll be taken care of. How does one have anything to do with the other? It makes it sound as if it's a manufactured crisis. I don't even know. You know, if I were interviewing Mayor Pete, there's a lot of questions to ask him, but one I would ask him, catch him off guard, when is the last time you drove a car? How long do you think it's been? Does he even have a driver's license? I don't know. When is the last time you pulled into a gas station and filled a car up with gas, Mayor Pete? What do you think? He probably hasn't been driving for a long time. Yeah, exactly. And he's the transportation secretary. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's who you put in charge of transportation, a guy who doesn't even drive. May not have a driver's license. I don't know. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. But what does he know about transportation? All he knows is how to get into the chauffeured vehicle and be driven somewhere and to call an Uber or a Lyft. Oh, man. Our number 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. Now, I was thinking today, you know, it's 68 degrees. It's going to get close to 80 today. It's going to be about 80 degrees today. So if you can tough out the morning. But, you know, we're in the winter time now, especially those of you who listen to us outside of Florida. We're in the winter, man. And that lasts for a long time, especially those of you who do not live in sunny South Florida. And that is exactly why you should be joining Steve Kane and me on our Steve Kane Trump 2022 MAGA cruise. We leave on January 21st for 9 days on the newly remodeled and refitted Celebrity Equinox out of beautiful Fort Lauderdale. And it's 9 days. We leave on a Friday. We're going. It's a week cruise, but we've got 2 weekends. We leave on a Friday and return the following Sunday, right? A week from that Sunday. So it's 9 days, bargain basement prices. You know, Celebrity Cruises is a luxury cruise line. It's like a yacht. And they're only going to have like half the number of passengers they normally have on these cruise ships. So basically we have our own private cruise ship. We're going to Bonaire and Curacao, which are beautiful. The Love Boat used to go there. We're also going to Aruba, which I've never been to. I'm very excited about that. And Jamaica. And we're planning shore excursions at these destinations. And in Jamaica, we're going to those famous waterfalls together. We have dinner together every night. And I always block out the best dinner seating in the dining room. Every table is an ocean view with a window. So we always make sure that we have dinner together every night. We have a lot of shipboard activities that we will be doing together. We are going to go to the Broadway-style shows that they have. We'll be doing that together. And you guys, you know, I'll be getting up every morning for coffee like I always do, no matter how late I'm up. And you guys can join me at the coffee bar for morning coffee every morning if you wish, if you like, if you're not too hungover. And, of course, you will often see me up till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning closing down the bars and the clubs with our listeners that join us on these trips. And it's just a great time. It's just a great time. And you are all invited to join us. Give Ian at Cruise and Travel Depot a call. He's our travel agent that organizes all of our cruises. His number is 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. You're going to have a great time. And if you've been on our cruises before, you know that. If you haven't, join us. This is going to be a wild time. You're never going to have an opportunity to take a cruise to Jamaica and Aruba on a luxury cruise ship like this for the prices we are getting. Drinks included, other things included. It's really good. We've got very, very low prices for our group on this. Again, give Ian a call at Cruise and Travel Depot. 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. My name's Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Tom Laporta, the owner of Laporta Contracting.
Steve Kane Show.
We have been in
Hey, hold on.
the roofing and construction industry since 1982.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. If you're new here, subscribe. Everybody, please like the video and click that notification bell.
Building restoration. The 2021 hurricane season is upon us. If you have noticed any water stains on your ceiling free home inspection and estimate. Again, that number is 954-604-4602.
Seniors, open enrollment is here. I Will Advisors is here to offer you an unbiased comparison of all your Medicare health insurance options. I Will Advisors specialize in educating Medicare beneficiaries on every available option to ensure you make the right choice for your needs. Call us directly at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080. The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWN.
We're back 33 minutes after the hour. It is Monday, November 1st. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. My name is Brian Craig. Let's go to our phones. Good morning. First call of the month, so I hope it's good. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hey, Brian. It's Ben from Pompano.
Hey, Ben in Pompano. What's up?
I just want to know what your thoughts are. So, when the Virginia election...
Well, I'm not into all this defeatist talk. This is what I need to know, okay? Like, how do you win the lottery? Do you know what you got to do to win the lottery?
I don't know, by law.
No, think about it. You gotta buy a ticket to even have a hope. If you don't buy a ticket, you can't win the lottery. You know, and as opposed to all of this talking like defeatist Democrats, you got to turn out the vote. And constant talk like that, all that does is discourage. Oh, why bother? Oh, why bother? You know, I got to get the kids to somewhere. You know, I got stuff to do. You know, all that defeatist talk. Now, if something like that happens, then we'll talk. But all this defeatist talk before the event, that helps Terry McAuliffe, you know? And I would prefer to be positive, because we got a lot of positive news. Youngkin has gained 13 points on Terry McAuliffe, as opposed to, what about, wah, you know, be positive, man. Why be negative before the fact? Well, we're not there yet. All right. See, all these losers. What if this? What if that? Stop talking like You know, part of the problem we have in the MAGA movement, okay? We do have one problem. We have one problem, okay? This is the one problem we have, and it's one we can overcome. And I didn't think of this. It came from one of our very good, all-time greatest callers to the Steve Kane Show, Rolanda. We've got a lot of people in the MAGA movement that are new to the Republican Party, former liberals. What we like to call them are recovered Democrats. It's like alcoholism or drug addiction. Okay? And when you overcome an addiction, like to the Democrat Party or to alcohol or any other type of addiction, sometimes it's hard to give up those old habits. And we got a lot of new MAGA people, new Republicans, that have not been totally detoxed of their old liberal ways. There's a little cancel culture among these people, but there's also a lot of this victimhood thing, victimhood. And, you know, if you follow President Trump, as I do, okay, President Trump is always, if you notice, positive. It's one of the reasons he's been so incredibly successful at everything he has done in his life. Positive. Remember the power of positive thinking? All this before the fact, what if, well. Let's wait till Wednesday, Thursday for that kind of talk. Let's be positive now. All that does is reduce our turnout. And we need a big turnout. We want a big turnout. President Trump told Judge Jeanine, we win if my base turns out in Virginia. He says, if my base turns out in Virginia, Youngkin wins. That's what President Trump said to Judge Jeanine. He wasn't up there, what? Enough of that. Enough of that. Victimhood and whining is for Democrats, not for MAGA. But Brian, talk like a winner, because we are. All right, 1-888 go Kane 1. 888-465-2631. Good morning. Yes, you're on the air. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Mike from Louisiana.
Oh, good. The first call of the month of November. Whining, defeatist, loser talk.
You look at the reaction to this poll that you stated earlier. That's exactly what you're talking about. Defeatism. That's a defeatist reaction to this poll.
Yeah, a lot of Republicans, this has been a problem with Republicans even before President Trump came down the escalator. A lot of Republicans are not used to winning, don't want to win, and feel more comfortable losing.
Well, look, Rush used to say, our friend Rush Limbaugh used to say, Republicans would be happy to be the permanent minority.
Well, you said both. The majority of the minority. Say it again. Do the quote over again.
Okay. Rush Limbaugh would say that Republicans would be happy to be the permanent minority.
Yeah, he did say that all the time. And he's right. A lot of Republicans are that way. There's a lot of Republicans. I'm a positive person. You don't hear me very defeated ever on the air. I mean, I don't know. You listen. I just doing the talking. I hear myself, but I don't see why people would be whining with defeatist talk the day before what is going to be a great day, because Youngkin has gained 13 points on the washed-up has-been Terry McAuliffe.
Right, and think about it. That when they did that poll and they said Americans, right?
Liberal poll
talking about Americans, and you know what that is? Generally speaking, when they talk about Americans, those are the people that don't care about elections until the elections is right there.
Mm-hmm. If they care at all.
If they care at all, right. So if you're getting those negative numbers from those people, I mean, you talked about how probably the numbers are 10 percentage points higher. Well, I agree with that. I think if they're saying 70s in the 70 percentile range, I think it's 10 percentage points higher than that.
At least. Yeah, at least. I mean, it's a liberal poll with the most inaccurate sample you can do in a political poll. Not even registered voters, Americans, which always leans to the left. And Biden's getting creamed in that poll. He's getting creamed.
So, and if he's getting creamed in that poll, I mean, and he goes off to go campaign for McAuliffe, I mean, that should worry McAuliffe.
I think McAuliffe has, I'm going to play a clip in a minute, but I think McAuliffe is trying to make it look as if he doesn't want to win, because he sees the internal poll numbers and he's not happy. I mean, McAuliffe doesn't even seem sober the last week with the way this bizarre dancing and the way he's been acting in interviews and towards reporters.
Yeah, I mean, the guy, I mean, it's obvious the guy can't dance, but that's neither here.
Well, I can't dance either, but you don't see me doing it on stage.
Especially at a campaign event. Oh
man, even on our cruises, I don't dance. Everybody else is dancing, and I just kind of go out on the dance floor and get in the crowd and kind of stand there with my drink and just pretend. You will not see me dance in public. McAuliffe's done it twice.
And look, McAuliffe is a Clinton guy, isn't he?
Well, he ran. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's in tight with the Clintons. Yeah. Yeah. He was the head of the DNC when Bill was president.
Right, and that's the thing. And what has him being governor got in Virginia?
I don't even, it's an interesting thing about the media coverage of this. They don't even mention that he was the governor of Virginia in the past, because that makes it even worse, right? He was already governor, and he's getting creamed. You know, and that they don't mention that because that makes it even worse.
Yeah, and this guy Youngkin. I mean, I'm not going to compare, because he hadn't held office yet, I'm not going to compare him to the greatest governor in the country, Ron DeSantis.
Oh, that's for sure.
No, but not yet at least, because the way it's looking, he's going to become a rock star.
Oh, yeah, if Youngkin wins tomorrow, he's going to be on the campaign trail with Trump, at Trump rallies. Youngkin only has one problem. He only has one problem. If he's not wearing his sweater vest, you wouldn't recognize him. So he's going to have to wear that sweater vest for the rest of his life if he wants people to know who he is. Like if Youngkin walked into the room right now without that sweater vest, it might take me a minute to recognize him. You know what I mean?
You know what Trump needs to do? He needs to get him a red sweater vest. A MAGA sweater.
A MAGA? Yeah. Now, there's also some stories that Youngkin is trashing Trump. Don't buy any of this crap that's going on out there. You know, don't buy any of this crap. There's all this defeatist talk. You know, all this try to cause this MAGA divide. Now, I'm not saying Youngkin is MAGA. Okay, he was the CEO of the Carlyle Group and all of that, so I understand. But I'd rather have an establishment Republican in Virginia as governor than some Democrat establishment governor. And perception is a lot of things. To defeat the Loudoun County School Board and retake Virginia and make it a red governor state, that's an amazing, amazing accomplishment. Just less than a year into the failed administration of Biden.
And look, this isn't the only governor's election that's happening right now. We've still got that one up there in New Jersey now. I'm not saying that guy's going to win, but...
Hey, listen, Mike, I got to run for a break, but thanks for the call. And you know, these defeatist callers, I feel like Tom Hanks in A League of Their Own. There's no crying in baseball. You know what I mean? I kind of feel like that. Oh, man. Hey, listen, we're going to take our last break of the first hour, but that's okay. We're here till 9, people. If you're on hold, stand by. Our number is toll-free from anywhere, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. We got a big announcement coming up from MyPillow, too. Don't miss that. We'll be right back. Friday, we welcomed a new sponsor to the Steve Kane Show, AJ's Naturals. AJ Natural is our vitamin and wellness nutraceutical shop, and AJ's Natural is located in the Festival Marketplace over there in Pompano. Now, on Friday, we spoke with Janet Cimarelli, who Steve and I have known since 1998. And in AJ's Natural, Janet is the J. Now, the A is Anita, and we have Anita, Steve, on the line today from AJ's Natural with the nutraceutical message for today. Anita, welcome to the program.
Hi, Brian. Hi, Steve. How are you?
How are you doing?
Very good. I was wondering if you guys had seen the article over the weekend about the Canadian dollar store chain called Dollarama. They had gotten busted for selling hand sanitizer full of graphene oxide, a known carcinogen.
Oh, my. Oh, my gosh.
And, you know...
Hey, guys, now listen. If you could all like the video, that helps so much. Liking the video tells the YouTube algorithm to share this video to others that like this kind of content, that think the way we think. So liking the video is so important to do every day. All my videos, if you can. So please like the video today. That helps a lot. Oh, man. It really does. It really does. And spread the word. You know, this is the MAGA show of record. MAGA show of record right here. You know, so we need all of our MAGA brothers and sisters to know about this program. So if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Tell your friends to subscribe to. Share on all of your social media platforms, whatever you're using. Invite your friends to subscribe to basic. This is MAGA Radio. Janet introduced both Steve and myself to nutraceuticals. Now,
Oh, yeah.
It's natural. They also have two other things, Anita, over there. It's your store, so you'll know when I say. First off, all the nutraceuticals that you know and love, they have at AJ's Natural in the Festival Marketplace. And the other thing,
Lowest prices.
well, that's the other thing. The prices over there on the shelves, I mean, are so low, it will blow your
Yeah, if you're watching on television, to like, you just go up and you'll see to the right, you can give a thumbs up.
at the Festival Marketplace. And for those of you that don't know, the Festival Marketplace is immediately east of the Turnpike on the south side of Sample Road in Pompano. All right, Anita, good talking to you today. Give Janet our best, and we'll talk to either you or Janet tomorrow.
What? There we go.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WW.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, AJ's Natural, no matter where you are, you can call and order your nutraceuticals there. They have incredible prices. Both Anita and Janet are there. They open up at 10 a.m. And the number, if you want to call over there to order some nutraceuticals and have them delivered to you no matter where you are, 954-317-1851. 954-317-1851, AJ's Natural, in the Festival Marketplace, formerly known as the Festival Flea Market. You know where that is. South side of Sample Road, immediately east of the Florida Turnpike. You guys know what the Turnpike's official name is? This is true. The Florida Turnpike is the Ronald Reagan Turnpike. A lot of people don't know that. When the Republicans took over Florida in '98, one of the first things they did was name the Turnpike after President Reagan. Now there's another road, 27, which goes through the entire state of Florida. They're talking about naming that after President Trump, and I think that's a good idea. I'd name all the roads after President Trump myself. Might be hard to find your way around if every road's named after Donald Trump. But we can, Donald Trump, Melania Trump, Barron Trump, Don Jr. Highway. Well, we got a lot of Trumps around, so we can name a lot of roads after a lot of Trumps. That way, iMaps will get me where I'm going. All right, so Terry McAuliffe. So Terry McAuliffe loses 13 points to Youngkin. He's in a panic. So now he's trying to blow it. He did an interview over the weekend, and he trashed the parents of Virginia who go to these school board meetings. Let me pull this up. Let me find this. Let me see here. Terry McAuliffe. Yeah, here's Terry McAuliffe over the weekend trashing parents who are concerned about their child's education in the state of Virginia. Listen.
Glenn Youngkin has done in this campaign is run down Virginia, run down our education system, run down our economy. And when you think of this right now on critical race theory, Chuck, it's not taught. So all you're doing is pitting parents against parents, parents against teachers, and they're using children as political pawns. I was in Hampton last night. I met a school board member. Said our school boards were fine. As soon as Glenn Youngkin got nominated, all of a sudden these people started showing up.
All these people? He's referring to parents as these people. These people. That's an old phrase from the Democrat Party. When they said these people, Democrats used to mean Jews, blacks. The old days of the Virginia Democrats. These people, concerned parents. Concerned parents are everything was fine until these people got involved. Oh my goodness. So is that a guy that's trying to throw it? So when he loses, he can say, I stood up for the school boards. This guy here, now he's a very wealthy man. That's cool. Nothing wrong with being rich, right? Well, the Democrats, a lot of them think there's a problem, especially the rich ones, right? But his kids went to private school their whole lives. Never been to a public school. He talks to a school board member who told me everything was fine until these people. You mean concerned parents? Last night, I was very surprised. Halloween last night, and we got a lot of trick-or-treaters. Late. They came late. There's a church in our neighborhood that does a Halloween thing, and they sucked all the children from the neighborhood. And this was really bad because we didn't have candy. My wife was in a panic because we didn't have enough candy, and I drove around, couldn't find any, and we finally got some. We went to a lot of effort and expense to get candy, and the kids weren't coming. But late in the evening, when they left the church, they dragged their parents to go door to door in the neighborhood, and we had We had a lot of trick-or-treaters yesterday, and they were with the people that Terry McAuliffe calls these people, parents. And it was nice to see parents out with their kids trick-or-treating. Sorry, Fauci. Sorry, Fauci. Yeah. I was really afraid that Halloween trick-or-treating was going to be a tradition that was lost. And the kids seem to be out pretty late. We gave away a lot of candy. I still have some. We always buy extra, so I have some. I got, like, you know. Although some of the trick-or-treaters are how old were you the last time you went trick-or-treating door to door? Some of these kids are pretty old. But I don't know. They seem pretty old to go trick-or-treating, that's for sure. But a lot of little kids were out there. So I'm glad that trick-or-treating, trick-or-treating, Halloween as we know it, is pretty much a uniquely American thing. Do they do it in Canada like we do here in America? I don't know. But it's pretty uniquely American, the way we do Halloween here. And I was so afraid it was going to be lost. It's a great, great holiday. It was one of my favorite times of the year when I was a kid. And I'm glad that the leftists didn't kill Halloween trick-or-treating, because I love it. I think it's great. Get a little annoying sometimes if the kids go too late. But the dog does not like trick-or-treaters. Oh, no. The dog does not like trick-or-treaters. Your dog like trick-or-treaters? But, yeah, it was a great time. And so they didn't... That's a holiday that has survived the liberals. Liberals don't like American holidays. But I saw the parents, and it's nice to see parents out there with their kids. Or as Terry McAuliffe says, these people. And so typical. He says, I talked to a school board member who said the school boards were fine until these people showed up. So this is what Terry McAuliffe says on the eve of this very important election. He says, the schools and the school boards were fine until parents showed up. When it was just public officials who probably don't even have kids in the public schools, when we were running the show and they didn't question us, it was fine. And then these people showed up. Oh my goodness. That's what the Democrats talked about during desegregation and busing by Biden. Oh, the schools were fine until these people showed up. The beaches, the Democrats in Florida, the beaches were fine until these people showed up. Oh my goodness. That's how they used to talk. I did this live stream on YouTube from Fort Lauderdale Beach. And on Saturday morning, I got there. I had to take my daughter to the airport, and she had a really early flight out of Fort Lauderdale. So I went down to the beach to do a live stream for the sunrise. And the beach I was at, back in the Democrat Jim Crow era, was a whites-only beach. Blacks weren't allowed. And what the Democrats said back then, they said a lot of things, but they said the beaches in South Florida were fine until these people showed up. They talk about dog whistles all the time. The left, dog whistles, the liberal media, Democrats. That is a dog whistle. And what Terry McAuliffe and others are talking about, there's of course the generic conservative thing that they believe government's all-knowing, which is true, and people get in the way of the all-knowing, perfect government solution to everything. But it's a little bigger than that. It's a big snob factor. When they say these people, they mean white trash parents. That's what he's really saying. Terry McAuliffe is wealthy as wealthy can get. I mean, he was running the DNC when Clinton was president. He was in charge of fundraising for the Democrat Party. He's worth millions of dollars. God bless him. I wish I was worth that. But they are so out of touch. They think regular people are white trash. Remember Peter Strzok? He could smell the Trump supporters at Walmart. He could smell the Trump supporters at Walmart. That means regular people. The Democrat Party constantly claim to be the party of the people. But what they really are a bunch of snobs. Their kids all go to private school. They're all uber rich, and they despise the people. And one of the reasons they think government knows better than people is because they think we are all stupid, because you didn't go to Harvard or Yale, the Columbia School of Journalism, or you're not an Oxford Rhodes Scholar like Bill Clinton, who never finished that, by the way. So I don't know if he officially is a Rhodes Scholar. Do you have to finish? Pete Buttigieg was a Rhodes Scholar. Since you were none of those things, they can smell you at Walmart. These are the snobbiest, most out-of-touch people you will ever meet. These Democrats. And have you noticed the current governor who was in the Klansman uniform and that picture came out? Haven't heard anybody even reference him. The current Democrat governor of Virginia, Governor Northam, they had that yearbook photo of him when he was in, was it medical school? And there's a little controversy about which of the people he is. Neither of them are good. There's one guy in blackface holding a beer, and there's another guy in a Ku Klux Klan robe. Which one is the current Democrat governor is up to for dispute, but we know he's either the guy in the Klansman uniform or in blackface. And I haven't heard one reporter ask Terry McAuliffe to give an opinion on that. All right, now we're coming up on our top of the hour break. And when we get back, we'll take more calls, got some more audio to get into, a whole bunch of topics to talk about. I want to take a moment, though, to tell you about hormone replacement pellet therapy with Dr. Mitch Matez over at the Biostation in Delray. Do you want to look and feel like you did when you were young, when you were in your 20s? Call Dr. Matez at the Biostation. It's a completely free consultation for listeners of the Steve Kane Show, and talk to him about hormone replacement pellet therapy. It'll change your life. I'm a patient of Dr. Matez. I have been for 5 years. They're tiny little pellets about the size of a grain of rice before you add water to them, and he inserts them himself right in your hip area in the back, completely painless. They restore your hormone levels completely naturally. These are natural hormones that your body makes less of as you grow old. It's part of the aging process. This is for both men and women. Okay? And what it does, it restores your hormone levels to where they were when you were in your mid-20s. You get your energy back. You get your sex drive back. If you're suffering from sexual dysfunction, men or women, it takes care of that too. Or you can perform on demand, guys. If you're suffering from hair loss, it will stop your hair loss in its tracks, and the hair that you have left will grow back thicker and fuller. In both men and women. Women suffering with menopause, the signs and symptoms of menopause not only are stopped, but reversed. Mood swings gone. Night sweats gone. Vaginal dryness gone, and that's reversed too. And women, your sex drive is restored as well. There's many other great benefits, and I tell you, I meet many listeners at appearances we've done before and after they've become patients of Dr. Mitch Matez and began hormone replacement pellet therapy. I meet them before, they're like Biden. Scooting their feet. And then I see them, this is in both men and women, after they become patients of Dr. Mitch Matez and begin hormone replacement pellet therapy, and it's like Seconds with Rock Hudson, if anybody remembers that movie. They're standing up tall, they have confidence, they go, "Hey Brian, good to meet you again, last time I saw you," you know, and they'll shake hands with me and they hurt my hand, they're so strong. It's an amazing transformation. It truly is. Now I'm going to give you the number for Dr. Mitch Matez's office at the Biostation in Delray. Again, it is a completely free consultation to meet with Dr. Matez for listeners of the Steve Kane Show. Everyone else has to pay for it, but you get it for free. The number, 561-320-8893. 561-320-8893. And I know it may be hard to remember that number. Not after hormone replacement pellet therapy. Your cognition, you got cognitive issues? Helps with that too, including memory. 561-320-8893. Hormone replacement pellet therapy works, people. I can tell you that because I'm a patient. 561-320-8893. 1 hour down, 2 to go. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Hour number 2 begins now.
Got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Hi folks, Dr. Matez here, now with the Biostation West Delray. At Biostation West Delray, we continue to offer the highest level of experience and care you can find in the realm of hormone pellet and hormone replacement therapies. But that's just the start. We offer a full array of age management modalities, including state-of-the-art treatments for erectile dysfunction, sexual dysfunction in women, physical and sexual rejuvenation, and quite frankly, any sign or symptom of aging that you may have. And don't forget, we offer the complete array of all cosmetic modalities, including Botox, fillers, lasers, etc. Better energy, better sleep, better performance, and looks to die for. If this all sounds good to you, call us at 561-320-8893. That's 561-320-8893.
Stop paying an outrageous fortune for your tires. Go easy on your budget and buy your tires at Friendly Tire in Margate, where they have all the major brands like Goodyear and Firestone at discount prices that absolutely can't be beaten. Steve Kane's tires for his Toyota van at the other shops, $175 a tire. At Friendly Tire, just $75 a tire. That's a $100 savings per tire. Tires for my daughter Emily's car, $135 at the shops around town. The price at Friendly Tire, only $65. That's a $70 savings per tire. These prices are out the door and on the road. Free mounting and balancing and no added charges. Friendly Tire have a great selection of good used tires too, starting at just $30 for most cars. Call my good buddy Friendly Mike at Friendly Tire. Tell him what you drive and he will give you a great low price right over the phone at 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445. Online, friendlytire.net.
The Medicare open enrollment period is here. Medicare can be confusing and overwhelming. Call Debbie at I Will Advisors, 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080, and allow her to educate and guide you through the many plans, choices, and cost considerations. I Will Advisors.
Brandon, $20 super chat. Everyone thank Brandon for that $20 super chat. Thank you, Brandon. Love the show. I am a paramedic. Work overnight. Try to listen while I'm driving home. Well, thank you, Brandon. What area are you in?
753-8080. The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free
Steve Kane Show.
FLA 3782.
Steve Kane Show. Hello.
You are listening to South Florida's longest
Trolls.
radio show.
Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
To call the show toll
Been there many times.
1-888 cocaine 1. That's 1-888 cocaine 1. And now here's Steve Kane.
All right, hey guys, we're back. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show. Okay, now there's a clip of Biden that's being played, and everyone's missing it. What he really says here, which is worse than you would imagine. Now, this is Biden. He's over there taking questions, and remember, he's taking planned questions again, and says, I've been instructed to take this question. He messed this one up so bad, Joe Biden, and no one in the media has picked up exactly on how bad it was. Listen to this.
And now I'm happy to take some questions, and I'm told I should start with AP Zeke Miller. Zeke, you have a question?
AP Zeke Miller. Does he think that part of his name is AP? That talk about state control. You know, sometimes I feel as if Biden is crying out for help by letting us know that he is under someone's control, that he's like a victim of elder abuse and he's being held hostage. Because I've been instructed to take... You know, this is not something to laugh at. The President of the United States, who is instructing the President of the United States who he is allowed to speak to?
And now I'm happy to take some questions, and I'm told I should start with AP Zeke Miller. Zeke, you have a question? Didn't recognize you with the mask on. I apologize.
Oh my gosh. I'm told. What a sign of weakness. Did you see the picture Biden took with all the world leaders over there? It was like the Republican debates with President Trump in the 2016 race when Jeb was about to fall off the side of the stage because they were ranked up there on the stage by poll numbers and Trump was always in the center. Biden was off to the side like a little coward before hormone replacement pellet therapy. I'm over here. Like he's the president of Luxembourg over there hiding out, as opposed to the leader of the free world. This is frightening stuff, people. This is not funny. He did such a disservice to this country. Joe Biden disrespected the United States and our people by standing off to the side. Remember when President Trump was over there? And the leaders of some of these countries that I don't even know what they're called were trying to get in front of him walking down the hall, and President Trump pushed his way right to the front and led the pack because he was the leader of the free world. What an embarrassment to the United States when the President of the United States goes off the side of the stage and hides as if he's the president of some tiny little country that's not the main player on the planet. Good morning, you're on the radio. What's your name?
Good morning, Cassandra and Doug.
Oh, hey, Doug.
You know, exactly what you just said. President Trump made sure he was right in the front where he belonged. And I had a liberal tell me, oh, you see, President Biden didn't have to do that. He is not such a bully. I said, well,
a bully?
President of the United States, President Trump needs to be in the front because he's the head of the world, basically.
Did you hear what happened? That this is true. Okay, this has been reported by credible people. What I'm about to share with you will sound insanely crazy, but it's being reported. Hopefully someone will ask Jen Psaki about this. Well, I guess she can't do the press conferences right now. She's got the COVID, so it'll probably be, I forgot that other girl. She's worse. But Biden was late to his meeting with the Pope. Did you hear what happened?
No, I did not.
They're saying that he had a bathroom accident. And this is being reported by credible news people. I saw it on social media over the weekend. And you know what that means. I can't say it on the radio. They're saying he blanked himself.
Jesus.
Mm.
And then, I know everybody goofs around. I don't know if it's true or not. He wears a diaper, but it's true now.
I guess they carry a spare pair of pants around.
It was great to see President Trump with Judge Denise. But after I heard that, I said, you know, of all the people in the country, President Trump must be so aggravated that he made the country great. He loves the country, and he's seen it fall apart, and he can fix it.
No, he's President Trump's profession is that of a builder. He built it up. Biden knocked it down, and he'll rebuild it again in 24.
But in the meantime, he must be saying, I could do it. But if I'm not in power.
I mean, Mark Meadows, President Trump's chief of staff, said that he would bet all his money and take your money and bet that too that President Trump is going to run.
Oh yeah, he's got to run. I mean,
and Mark Meadows, if he says it, you know that it's true.
Well, we need President Trump badly, and
well, we got him.
I'm even thinking what you were saying a while ago. He should run for Congress, become Speaker of the House, and then we take over. And
oh, that'd be awesome. Mr. Speaker, President, Mr. President, Mr. Speaker. I would call him both. I'd call him by both names. Mr. President, Mr. Speaker.
Oh, great. Get rid of President Biden.
Well, see, here's the thing. When they're done, Youngkin wins in Virginia tomorrow. Pelosi and that bill, it's done. Youngkin wins in Virginia. Biden is done. And, you know, Kamala Harris got her third vaccination at the fake White House set across the street instead of the regular White House. And I'm wondering, do they not let black women in the West Wing anymore? What's that about? Why is Kamala Harris, our first African American and Indian American and female vice president of the United States, not going to the White House itself and getting her injection? Why is she forced to stay across the street? Is it segregated over there? What's going on?
I'm telling you.
No, I'm serious. I mean, these are questions. If this were Trump, if Trump were in office and he had an African American female vice president and she did a television appearance at the fake White House across the street, you don't think Jim Acosta and Rachel Maddow would be asking that same question I'm asking? Are black women not allowed in the Trump White House? Why is she across the street at the fake thing? Yeah.
Yeah, that's just, these people are just, something's wrong with them. There wouldn't be a fake White House, I'm going to.
Well, you know, she was wearing her mask, and a lot of people were commenting on this. I believe she wears the mask for a very specific reason. Why? Before I tell you why I think Kamala wears the mask all the time, I can't remember the last time I saw her without it. Why do you think she wears the mask all the time now, today?
I guess it's want to show that she's following her orders.
No, it's shame. It's like it's to hide her face. She's just the same thing. The Loudoun County School Board, they're always wearing masks up there too, right? Shame, to hide their faces. It's like a security blanket, so they don't really have to face people.
Talking about masks, it's interesting. Today, the kids don't have to wear masks. The high school kids don't have to wear masks in school anymore.
You know, what I noticed with the trick-or-treaters yesterday and their parents, I hardly saw a mask with the trick-or-treaters in my neighborhood and their parents. I think I saw one guy with one of those neck gaiter things on.
Everybody came to my house and nobody had a mask on. It was nice to see all the kids out again, and there's a lot more than they were last year. And I think we're on the...
I don't remember last year. Did we do Halloween? Did we have trick-or-treaters last year? I'd forgotten. But this year we did.
And now a lot more coming back out, and paying all my candy, so I won't be getting back.
Yeah. All right, Conservative Doug, take care. Good morning, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Vincent Wellington, how's it going?
All right, Vincent Wellington, what's happening?
Yeah, I just wanted to comment on the Kamala and Joe Biden administration separation that they've been going through, and I've been hearing a lot of things on, just through the interzones and the web, saying that there's a lot of strife between them, that Kamala's kind of being undermined and not giving any great roles, according to Al Sharpton and a couple other people. But, yeah, I heard that there's a lot of dystrophy in that White House and just a whole bunch of things going on. And I heard about this boot thing like 6, 7 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah, if Trump was in the White House and he had a female black vice president, and she did a stunt like that at the fake White House set across the street, they would be asking the question, why will President Trump not allow a black woman into the White House? You know what I mean? Like, it's segregated. I want to know, when's the last time you've really seen her with Biden? She's on the outs with these people. They've taken away her keys to the White House. But you're a lucky man. You're in Wellington. That means you're just a few minutes away from President Trump. President Trump is due east of you at Mar-a-Lago. Yeah, you take that road. What's that road there? You take Wellington, Southern. You take Southern. That takes you right to Mar-a-Lago.
Yep. I don't mind it at all.
Isn't that exciting? I mean, when I used to drive that way all the time when I'd go and see Air Force One at the Palm Beach Airport parked.
Yeah, I went to a couple functions out there just to cheer him on, and
well, he's back home. That's why I bet there's not even a cloud in the sky today, because President Trump's back at Mar-a-Lago.
Well, I mean, it definitely gives me a little bit of comfort, but I mean, at the same time, what we see going on, Brian, across this country is just it's pathetic. So I don't know if you noticed with the whole Let's Go Brandon situation with the rappers. But I mean,
well, I don't know. Did you catch the Trump rally on Saturday night? Of course, I'm talking about Game 4 of the World Series. Now, you didn't see this during the televised version of the game because they edited it out. But that the chant was going on through the stadium. And President Trump was loving it. He was smiling ear to ear.
Yeah, I mean, they only talked about the tomahawk chomp, but I'll tell you what. I mean, I know for sure there was some of that going on.
The entire stadium was doing the chant. And President Trump was grinning ear to ear. And there was a plane flying over with a banner throughout the World Series, too. And, it was so bad for the left and for the Democrats. They're trying to make it sound as if he's a racist because President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump were doing the chop, which everybody does.
Even if you're an FSU fan, you know about the chop, because we do that, too. You know what's crazy to me, Brian, also? Is that if we're so worked up about this vaccine and everything else with COVID, Jen Psaki has COVID.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I believe it's that there's not much throughout the year for you to even...
Well, I'm curious. Very curious how she got it. I mean, who she got it from. I want to know some details, and I think she owes it to us. I mean, who'd she get it from? Hey, listen, Vincent Wellington, I got to run for our break, but take care. Now, we got a big announcement
to make from MyPillow, and I'm very excited about this, and I've been itching all weekend to tell you guys. This happened Friday after the show. I got an email from Mike Lindell's office, and they gave the Steve Kane Show our very own MyPillow website address, mypillow.com/Kane, Kane, mypillow.com/Kane. This is something that's typically reserved for these household names around America. And they did it for the Steve Kane Show. Now again, every special you see at mypillow.com you can take advantage of with the promo code Kane. No matter what it says, you can take advantage of using our promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. But we have our very own MyPillow website now, mypillow.com/Kane. And there's some specials here that Mike Lindell wants us to highlight to you that are incredible deals, and they've given, with our special section here, mypillow.com/Kane, they gave us some incredible deals for Steve Kane listeners. Now remember, use the promo code Kane at checkout to take advantage of this, Kane. The MyPillow mattress topper. Save 50% off the MyPillow mattress topper. That's absolutely amazing. Save 50%. All of these make great Christmas gifts. It is now November 1st. It is officially Christmas shopping season. The MyPillow mattress topper with the promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, 50% off in every size mattress topper. The MyPillow towel set, I have this too. Regularly $110, just $39.99. The MyPillow dog bed, I have two MyPillow dog beds, one in two different rooms of the house, so I don't have to keep moving it around, and they're a great deal with the promo code Kane, just $19.99. The MyPillow My Slippers, I have these myself. I have the moccasin tans. They are so comfortable. I wore them all weekend. As soon as I get home every day, I put them on. 50% off the MyPillow My Slippers when you use the promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. The MyPillow, 75% off the MyPillow. 75% off the MyPillow with the promo code Kane, Kane. And of course, the sale of the year, the 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets, which of course I have, and I love them. Buy one set, get a second set free. And as we're getting into the cold time of the year, you can get one set regular sheets, one set flannel. You can mix and match any way you want with that second set. You can even get two different sizes, one for two different size beds in your house. Sale of the year, the Giza 100% Cotton Dream Sheets. Buy one set, get a second set free with the promo code Kane. Mike Lindelli says, wake up with a smile when getting the best sleep with your MyPillow. Again, it's mypillow.com/Kane. And of course, we want to thank Mike Lindell for giving us our own website for MyPillow, mypillow.com/Kane, Kane. Make sure you use the promo code Kane at checkout to take advantage of those deals. I was so excited, and that was out of the blue. I was not expecting them to do this. You can also order by phone, 800-716-4879, 800-716-4879, promo code Kane. We'll be right back with more calls, and I got a lot more to touch on too right after this. Don't go anywhere.
Ryan Craig here. Conservative Doug called me up live on the air to tell me about his experience at Friendly Tire.
I took both tires in the back of my Infiniti. So I called them up, and I always check prices first. Half the price of everybody else.
Yeah, by the way, I put that MyPillow link of ours at the top of the chat. I pinned it there. Great deal. So, those of you that are out of town, you may not be able to use some of our local sponsors. A great way to support this program and all my content is click that MyPillow link, use our promo code Kane, Kane, and buy something. There's great stuff there. Mike Lindell does love MAGA.
And they were half the price at Friendly Tire than at the other tire shops around town. That is phenomenal, and came with a 60,000-mile warranty on the tires. That's great. And of course, Friendly Tire, they never charge you to mount the tire, balance the tire, or dispose of your old tires. The price that they give you are out the door and on the road. And
Everybody should go there. I don't know how anybody.
Now, I'm going to ask you all a question in the chat room, and I'm not going to say this will decide what I do or not. But I did get a suggestion from a couple of people to do something that I didn't know I could do. In the chat room, what if I limited the chat room discussion to subscribers only?
subscribers only. Would that be a good idea or a bad idea? 1 good idea, 2 bad idea. If I limited the chat room to just those who are subscribers to my channel, what do you guys think about that?
Well, Conservative Doug, thanks so much, and I'm glad you got such a great deal on your tires at Friendly Tire and Market.
Open enrollment is here. iWill Advisors is here to offer you an
Andrea says bad idea. John says good idea. Michael says good idea. Bad idea, bad idea, bad idea, bad idea. Good idea, bad idea, good idea, good idea.
to ensure you make the right choice for your needs. Call us directly at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
Well, opinions are mixed. Opinions are mixed. Well, I didn't do it. I just said people message me about it. Hey, guys, welcome back. Oh, man, 22 minutes after the hour. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Oh, man, now, before I get back to the politics, let's spend a little time talking about Alec Baldwin, who went trick-or-treating, apparently, with the kids and dressed up. He did a roadside interview, Alec Baldwin, and man, is his wife nasty. Let me play this. I'm going to play the whole thing, but let me first play this clip. Alec Baldwin's wife, who lied to him and the world about being a Latina and got busted about it, Hilaria Baldwin, she's a nasty lady. She got into a fight with a reporter on the side of the street, and Alec Baldwin stopped in and hushed her up. Listen to this.
Yes, her name is Helena. If you're spending this much time waiting for us, you should know her name. Her name is Helena.
Helena Hutchins. I met with her husband Matthew and her son. That's right. And I wouldn't know how to characterize it. They're mortified.
You guys, you know what? No details.
But do me a favor. I'm gonna ask the question.
Okay, did you hear that? Alec Baldwin said to his wife, do me a favor, I'm going to answer the question. He just told his wife to shut up. Alec Baldwin told his wife to shut up just over a week after he shot a woman dead. Woo! Where's Me Too? He shot one woman dead, and he just told another woman, his wife, to shut up on the side of the road. Woo! Now, let me play the whole thing, though, because Alec Baldwin, what had happened was some paparazzi apparently were following him, and he got tired of them following him, so he pulled over and did an impromptu interview on the side of the road. And Alec Baldwin is trying to reinvent himself by being a pleasant person. So so this is the exchange. So he stops and does this interview with the reporters.
Let's go. I will. What do you want to know?
All right, Ali, what's the current state of what's going on with the case?
I'm not allowed to make any comments because it's an ongoing investigation. I've been ordered by the Sheriff's Department in Santa Fe. I can't answer any questions about the investigation. I can't. It's an active investigation in terms of a woman dying. She was my friend. She was my friend. The day I arrived in Santa Fe to start shooting, I took her...
So now he just said he's been ordered by the police not to discuss the case, and now Alec Baldwin's going to discuss the case.
It's an active investigation in terms of a woman dying. She was my friend. She was my friend. The day I arrived in Santa Fe to start shooting, I took her to dinner with Joel, the director. We were a very, very, well-oiled crew shooting a film together, and then this horrible event happened. Now, I've been told multiple times, don't make any comments about the ongoing investigation.
Now he's making, so I've been told, I've been ordered, but I'm not to make comments, but he's going to make comments.
Multiple times, don't make any comments about the ongoing investigation. And I can't. That's it.
You met
what other questions do you have other than that?
You met with I forget her name at the moment, but you met with her family?
Yes,
her name is Helena. If you're spending this much time waiting for us, you should know her name.
Okay, now Alec Baldwin, you don't know her name, he laughs. The guy's obviously nervous because he didn't expect to do an interview with Alec Baldwin. They're mad at him. Alec Baldwin is laughing because the guy was nervous and couldn't remember her name, the victim's name. His fake Hispanic wife, Alec Baldwin, is screaming at this guy because he can't remember the name because he's nervous. Her husband killed her just over a week ago. Shot her dead. Shot her dead. And they're mad at this guy who's nervous on the side of the street? I know Alec's trying to reinvent his personality, but epic fail here, Alec.
You met what other questions do you have other than that?
You met with the but you met with her family?
Helena,
Yes,
her
I
name
met
is
with her
Helena. If you're spending this much time waiting for us, you should
don't
know
know
her
her
name.
name?
Her name is Helena.
Helena Hutchins. I met with her husband Matthew and her son. Yeah, that's right.
And how did that meeting go?
I wouldn't know how to characterize it. They're mortified.
You guys, you know what? No details.
Do me a favor. I'm gonna answer the question.
You see, there he is telling his wife to shut up. Think about this. Alec Baldwin, in the course of 8 days, shot one woman dead and then publicly told another one, his wife, to shut up in front of cameras. Is that the way a gentleman behaves? Is it? Oh my goodness. Where's Me Too? Where's Rachel Maddow?
I wouldn't know how to characterize it. They're mortified.
You guys, you know what? No details.
Do me a favor. I'm gonna answer the question.
Well, I appreciate that he was probably very upset.
The guy is overwhelmed with me. This is something that there are incidental accidents on film sets from time to time, but nothing like this. This is a 1 in a trillion episode. It's a 1 in a trillion event. And so he is in shock. He has a 9-year-old son. We are in constant contact with him because we're very worried about his family and his kid. And as I said, we're eagerly awaiting for the sheriff's department to tell us what their investigation has yielded. What else do you have?
Would you ever work on another film set that involves firearms of that nature?
I couldn't answer that question. I really don't have any. I have no sense of it at all. I do know that an ongoing effort to limit the use of firearms on film sets is something I'm extremely interested in. But remember something that I think is important, and that is how many bullets have been fired in films and TV shows in the last 75 years? This is America. How many bullets have gone off in movies? Firearms on film sets is something I'm extremely interested in. But remember something that I think is important, and that is how many bullets have been fired in films and TV shows in the last 75 years? This is America. How many bullets have gone off in movies and on TV sets before? Billions. In the last 75 years. And nearly all of them without incident. So what has to happen now is we have to realize that when it does go wrong, and it's this horrible catastrophic thing.
By the way, what you were listening to is Alec Baldwin not commenting on the case that he was ordered by the police not to comment on.
Thing. Some new measures have to take place. Rubber guns, plastic guns, no real operants on set. That's not for me to decide. It's urgent. It's urgent that you understand. I'm not an expert in this field. So whatever other people decide is the best way to go in terms of protecting people's safety on film sets, I'm all in favor of, and I will cooperate with that in any way that I can.
Do you have any further projects in the works at the moment, or is everything on
hold? No, that's
right
irrelevant to what we're talking about. Yeah,
do you think production will start up again on
No, I don't. Was there anything else?
Why Vermont, Alex?
That's a person. That's part. Yeah, that's part. Anything else?
No,
Okay.
see, he told his wife to shut up again. She started to answer. It's because. Shh. Oh my goodness.
Anything else? Okay. So just do me a favor, you don't mind? My kids are in the car crying.
Because you guys are following
all I want to do as a courtesy.
Well, maybe they're crying because their father killed a woman a week ago, and he's telling their mother to shut up. Maybe that has the kids crying.
Anything else?
Why Vermont, Alex?
That's a person. No, that's a person. That's part. Yeah, that's part. Anything else? Okay. So just do me a favor, you don't mind? My kids are in the car crying.
Because you guys are following
all I want to do, as a courtesy to you, I came to talk to you. I'm not allowed to comment on the investigation. I talk to the cops every day.
Every day? He talks to the cops every day? What's that about? Why is he talking to the cops every day?
All I want to do, as a courtesy to you, I came to talk to you. I'm not allowed to comment on the investigation. I talk to the cops every day. I talk to them every day to find out.
They know where you are.
I'm cooperating with them, of course. So my point.
Of course they know where I am. Wow.
My point is that.
I wonder if he's checking in with them every day because they want to make sure he stays in contact with them and have instructed him to stay in contact every day.
Talk to the cops every day. I talk to them every day to find out.
They know where you are.
I'm cooperating with them, of course. So my point is that I'm just asking. We sat down as a courtesy now to talk to you. Now, please, would you just not follow us for the rest? Just leave us alone.
Just go home.
We gave
Go
you everything
home.
we
Thank
could
you.
possibly give you, okay?
Thank you. Condolences. Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Go home. Go home. Oh my goodness. His wife is a piece of work, isn't she? Oh man. What do you think? Academy Award performance or not? What are your take on Alec Baldwin there? Oh my goodness. He didn't sound too good to me. I mean, he's trying to reinvent himself as being a nice guy when we've seen him his entire career be nasty to the press and everything. And if that's acting, nice. Telling your wife twice to shut up, whew. That's something else. That's something else. All right, listen, we'll take our break for the bottom of the hour. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that, though, on Alec Baldwin there. 1-888-GO-CANE 1. 888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call from anywhere. 1-888-465-2631. My name's Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. We'll be back right after this.
Seniors, open enrollment is here. I Will Advisors is here to offer you an unbiased comparison of all your Medicare health insurance options. I Will Advisors specialize in educating Medicare beneficiaries on every available option to ensure you make the right choice for your needs. Call us directly at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
Hi, my name is Tom Laporta, the owner of Laporta Contracting, Roofing, and Restoration. We have been in the roofing and construction industry since 1982. We are state of Florida certified roofing and general contractors focusing on residential and commercial roofing, impact windows, and building restoration. The 2021 hurricane season is upon us. If you have noticed any water stains on your ceiling, or if your roof is older than 15 years, you will want to call us to come out and evaluate your roof. Our services run from minor repairs to complete new roof systems. We install every kind of roof, from regular asphalt shingles, clay or concrete tiles, standing metal seam, wood shakes, and slate tile systems. Call us at 954-604-4602 for a free home inspection and estimate. Again, that number is 954-604-4602.
Traveling and need a COVID test? Maybe you need a COVID test for work or school. Stop by Any Lab Test Now of Boca or Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. They offer all the COVID tests.
Steve Kane Show.
At the lowest prices.
Steve Kane Show. Hold on.
Any Lab Test Now of Boca is located in the Sandalfoot Plaza, where Western Beef is, south of Palmetto Park Road and north of Hillsborough on the east side of 441 State Road 7. Call 561-237-5009. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is located on the southeast corner of University Drive in Ramblewood, near the Coral Square Mall in Coral Springs. Call 954-906-5983. Make sure to tell them you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law Group. Are you concerned with the distribution of your assets at the time of your passing? Avoid probate. Call the Siegel Law Group with 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-FLA-3782.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on
Steve Kane Show.
Just search
Hold on.
for WWNN.
All right, we're back. It's Monday, the 1st of November. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE 1. That's 888-465-2631. Let's go to the phones. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Rashad, and I'm calling from Sunrise.
Sunrise. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
All right. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Listening to your show, and I just wanted to ask a question.
Here we go.
Where are all the politicians and mainstream media in regards to Alec Baldwin? It just seems that everybody's quiet on this front.
Yeah, there's still, I think he's in trouble. Okay, I'll answer a couple questions about this, okay? One, if you've noticed, it's been a week and a half, and the police have not had a single press conference. And that tells me
that these are, at least I like to think so, but it tells me these are not Hollywood cops. These are serious police officers. And that sheriff's department is going to wait until the investigation is concluded to have a press conference. I think that does not look good for Alec Baldwin.
Right. I did see that one press conference they held in New Mexico, and it's the...
Oh, that was a little mild thing. No. We didn't even know about this. It was a speed bump. It wasn't carried. And we didn't even know about it till almost a day after it happened. And there's another thing they're not covering, too, is Governor Cuomo is expected to be arrested this week, surrendering to authorities in Albany. And that's that total media blackout on that as well.
Of course. I don't understand what's going on in terms. You've talked about it several times. You mentioned it several times. But in terms of mainstream media being so biased, and you're supposed to be, in terms of being a news organization, presenting the news, it just seems that nobody is talking about the important issues.
Well, because this is the deal. The media, the liberals, their heroes and icons are one, Alec Baldwin killed a woman a week and a half ago. Their other one, Governor Cuomo is going to be arrested this week in Albany. Their heroes and icons are getting arrested and killing people, and they don't want to deal with it, so they're covering other things.
Yeah, where is that? If it was a Republican governor, if it was a Republican senator, it would be
or a Republican actor. How many actors can you name? Let me ask you this. I'll think hard about this. You may have to go back in time a little bit. Name 2 actors that have shot people dead. I can think of 3. Name 3. 3 actors who have shot people dead.
I don't even...
Alec Baldwin. This is easy. 3 actors who have shot people dead. Alec Baldwin, Robert Blake, and John Wilkes Booth. All of them Democrats.
Huh? Good point.
Yeah. All right. Take care, man. Thanks for the call. Good morning. You're on the radio. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Once. Twice. All right. 3 times a lady. All right. Our number toll-free 1-888-GO-CANE-1. Republican actors don't shoot people. They may go hunting. But it seems shooting people dead is something that Democrat actors do. O.J. Simpson did not shoot anyone. He knifed them. 1-888-465-2631. Coming up, devastating polls for the Democrats. We'll recap that. Oh, I just got a message. Steve Kane is ready to go. Hey, Steve, good morning. Well, I guess not. I got the message. Steve was right. We'll take some calls. Good morning. You're on the radio. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of detail that hasn't come out in the media. Baldwin's father was a principal of the high school here. He was also the coach of the shooting team.
Really? The high school shooting team? I had not heard that.
My brother was a member of the Massapequa shooting team before he joined the Army. And Baldwin's father was the longtime coach of the team.
Wow, so what does that say to you?
Well, it says that Alec Baldwin was not devoid of knowledge of weapons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Known about safety. Like pointing a gun at the...
Can you think of a Republican actor who shot someone dead? I can only think of 3 actors that have done it, and they're all Dems.
I don't think there's too many identified Republicans.
Sure, Ricky Schroeder, Kelsey Grammer, Tim Allen.
They're not crazy people, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so that's interesting. What you just brought up is very interesting, because if this goes to court, if it goes to trial, that could be entered into evidence that he was instructed by a professional gun instructor, his father, when he was a young man, so he has knowledge of weapons.
Yeah, unless he totally disregarded his whole family life.
Nah, not growing up. Not Alec Baldwin. What do you think about him what do you think about it, telling his wife to shut up twice on the side of the road a week after he shot a woman dead?
Sounds like it fits with, I see his wife is still sporting that Spanish accent.
The fake Spanish accent.
Yeah.
You know, this thing about her, for those that don't know, it came out about a year and a half ago that Alec Baldwin's wife was not Spanish, not Latina, which she had been telling people she was. And I think what happened is she used that to make herself more interesting to Alec Baldwin when she met him. And I think Alec Baldwin found out she wasn't Hispanic when the rest of us did. And that's why they got, like, how many kids do they have? A lot, like 5?
Do they have that many?
4 or 5. They got a lot of kids. They're like Mormons, you know. And
I'm thinking maybe she was impressed by he was impressed by the fact that she could lie to him. She was a good actor.
Well, Alec Baldwin is when Alec Baldwin was a movie star, he was one of the most sought-after sex symbols of women. So she did this Latina thing to make herself more interesting and exotic to him. And each one of those kids is a shackle.
Most men would dump the woman once they realized that she's faking such a...
Yeah, but they had like 4 or 5 kids by the time he found that out. You know how much that would cost him? $80 million.
Really, I find that hard to believe, not that you're not telling the truth. But think about the fact he did not meet her family until years later. How did he married a woman without ever meeting her family?
Yeah, and like you pointed out, when she's yelling at the reporters, she's still got the fake accent.
So, yeah.
That would be like me talking with a British accent or something.
Yeah, but I have to believe that he found out quite early on that
no.
Actually,
I don't think so, because he would not have allowed her to become a national celebrity with a fake racial identity thing. It's too negative PR.
Yeah, that's true also.
You know, and you know, I'm curious about this movie. He's a producer on this movie, he told the guys that they're not going to resume production. This movie, you know, he's not a movie star anymore. Okay, that's why so he may make more money from this movie being incompleted than if it was, because I'm sure they're insured. I don't know. Don't they have insurance for things like this to pay them?
Right. Yeah.
It's like the producers, right? They make more money if the show fails.
Right. The producer. They'll remake The Producers with Alec Baldwin's.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hey, listen, man. Take care. Thanks for the call. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Ralph. I'm from Connecticut.
Speak up louder, Mel, in Connecticut. Your mouth's a little too far from the phone.
Okay.
There you go. That's better.
Okay. I'm not a big fan of Alec Baldwin.
Right.
I don't like the fact that they're
but.
mocking Donald Trump on Saturday Night Live, and in his personal life, I don't like his temper and all that good
I
stuff.
sense a bud coming, don't you?
But
I told
don't
you.
think
Good
he's
ear.
going to be charged for this murder, and I'll tell you why. They hire when people have explosions of guns on the set. They have somebody who's in charge of that. Now he was given that gun, and they were told him this is a cold gun, and that's what they go by.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, the only question I have, I see negligent homicide or.
Oh, well, people go to jail for negligent homicide, manslaughter. Jails are filled with people like that. Let me ask you: when someone hands you a gun, what do you do with it? What's the first thing you do? Where are you calling me from? Is Connecticut like a liberal place? Do you guys not grow up with guns in Connecticut like we do in Florida? Are you a gun owner?
I am.
Okay. What kind of gun do you have?
I have a 9mm.
What kind of 9mm?
I got a Beretta.
Really? How many rounds does it hold?
I don't even know.
You don't even know? You don't even know? Oh my goodness. What kind of Beretta is it? Okay. Well, okay. If you were to hand your Beretta, that you don't know how many rounds it holds or what kind of Beretta it is, if somebody asked you to see your gun, your Beretta, and you handed it to them, what would you do before you handed it to them?
I would check it.
Well, how would you check it? Tell me how you would check it. What would you do? Someone wants to see your Beretta. What do you physically do? How do you do it before you hand them the weapon?
You open the chamber.
No. If you're gonna, oh my goodness, are you really a gun owner who doesn't know what kind of gun he has and all this stuff? You really own a Beretta 9mm?
I have many guns.
Oh my gosh! Now you're really scaring the hell out of me. No, oh my goodness. If somebody wants to look at your Beretta, you drop out the magazine and you pull the slide back to make sure there's nothing in it after you drop out the mag. And then you hand it to them. And then when they take it from you, what are they to do? When they take your Beretta from you, what are they to do?
Look at the chambers.
Look in the chambers? How many chambers does your Beretta have? Oh my goodness.
In the barrel.
Let me tell you, if you really do own guns, you look in the barrel, if you really own guns, can you do me a favor today? I want to ask you to do something for me in Connecticut. Go to your local gun shop and sell them to them. Because you have no business owning guns. You have no business owning guns. You are a dangerous man.
Listen, I haven't shot that gun in 5 years.
Yeah, but you are a irresponsible gun owner. Please turn in your guns and get some training and then buy something back. If you really have these guns. You are a terrible gun owner. You are a dangerous, dangerous man.
I'm trying to get to the point of Alec Baldwin.
Well, I understand why you're sympathetic with Alec Baldwin, because you're an irresponsible gun owner.
I'm not sympathetic with him.
Yeah, sure.
They have an offer there who's in charge of all that stuff.
See, if you were really a gun owner, which I seriously question, but if you're really a gun owner, right, and someone hands you a gun, what do you assume?
I assume it's loaded.
Correct. So if I were on a movie set, if I were a movie star and I were on a movie set, Steve and I reenacted a shooting once on our television show. I'll tell you guys about it after the break because I don't have time. But if the first thing I would do is I would be a part of loading the gun with the blanks in it. Someone wouldn't just hand me a gun and say, it's okay, point this at people and shoot it. That's not what we would do.
The second question was, and something I didn't hear, either I missed it or misunderstood it. When he shot that gun, was it during a scene, or did he just shoot?
We don't know. But how many guns do you have? What are the other guns you have?
I have a 410, I have a 22, I have a 12 gauge.
A 12 gauge what? A 12 gauge what?
Shotgun.
Yeah, and what kind of shells does it take? Do you really own these guns? Who's buried in Grant's tomb? Who's buried in Grant's tomb? You don't know? You don't know you do not know who's buried in Grant's tomb?
No.
Grant would be in Grant's tomb, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, so what type of shells does your 12 gauge take? What size shells? How about your 9mm? What size rounds does your Beretta 9mm take? Tell me what size bullets does your 9mm Beretta take? He hung up. He doesn't know. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We need some common sense gun control laws in Connecticut. He's calling from Connecticut. Let's take our break. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. We'll be right back.
Do you think you've come in contact with someone who has coronavirus? Steve Kane's wife Lori did, and she went to any lab test now of Coral Springs to find out if she has coronavirus.
So I came into contact with somebody who tested positive for COVID, and I was scared, and I needed results right away, so I went to any lab test now in Coral Springs. It was great. I didn't want to have to stay in line for 2 hours.
Are you there? Yeah, I went to him. He wasn't there. I can't hear. I don't know. I mean, if Tyler's there, he's had that happen before. He can trouble. He might have to do it on the phone. Well, I got to go. So does he want to come on the phone, or what's he want to do? Okay. All right. I'll put him on. I'll put you on hold. Steve Kane Show. Yeah, hold on. Okay. Are you there? Hello? Yeah, you got to pick up the phone, though. Yeah, you got to. You're too far away.
If you suffer with diabetes, there's a 25%
Okay, now I can hear you better.
chance you'll develop
All right.
a foot ulcer that can lead to severe health consequences, including amputation. At the Soul Authority, at little or no cost, you can receive your very own therapeutic shoes and custom inserts. Medicare recipients are entitled to 1 pair of quality diabetic shoes and 3 custom inserts. Call the Soul Authority today, 954-597-7060.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWNN.
All righty. We are back. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve joining us via telephone today. Got a little technical problem with his radio studio. Hey, Steve, good morning.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Clear. That's just the way I want to be. How are you doing this morning?
Better than some of our callers, but doing all right. Phones are cooking, too. If you're on hold, stand by. We'll take some more calls in a bit. Oh, man. Yeah. So anyway, coming up after the top of the hour, I started the show with this, but I'm going to get back to it after the top of the hour. The liberal media in a meltdown over new polls, which we'll share when we get back from the top of the hour break. But let's take a call or two first. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
I'm Jay, Fort Lauderdale.
Jerry in Fort Lauderdale. What's up?
I have never handed any one of my pistols or firearms to anybody that did not have it completely empty with the slide locked back and pointing at the ground. And I handed it to them and said...
Well, the difference between you and the last caller is you're a gun owner. The other guy was a liberal pretending to be a gun owner. Remember I was telling you guys about the seminar callers? The seminar callers are back, which are cool. I love seminar callers. But their problem is they pretend to be things they don't understand. Gun owners, MAGA, Republicans.
One day, I got a funny story for you. I'm at the gun range up in Bass Pro in Dania, up at the 2nd floor there, and I'm looking for ammo. You got to check all the shelves. They squirrel away the ammo in different places. You got to talk to all the guys.
Yeah.
I go up there. In the glass range, there's a woman trying to teach her son how to shoot, or basically just shooting together. I don't know. I didn't watch too closely. She comes back from shooting at the bench. Walks around, is pointing the gun at the glass, out the door, towards us in the counter area. And I said to the guy behind the counter, I said, "This woman is sweeping everything and everything.
Yeah.
You got to say something to her." And he gets on the PA. He says, "Please keep your muzzle down at the ground." You know, it all.
Oh, really? They should have thrown her out. They should have gone up to her and threw her out.
Priceless. You could hear it on the speaker. It wasn't loaded.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she obviously went to the Alec Baldwin School of Gun Safety.
Yeah.
Now, by the way, I asked a caller this earlier. I can only think of 3 actors who have shot people dead, right? Alec Baldwin, Robert Blake, and John Wilkes Booth. Can you think of a Republican actor who's shot someone dead?
No, but I called him, and the only reason why I knew John Wilkes Booth was an actor I couldn't recall way back.
Well, he was the Alec Baldwin of 1865. He was as famous as Alec Baldwin is today. Hey, take care. Thanks for the call. Oh, man. Things are getting crazy, Steve. Crazy Monday. It's been a crazy Monday so far. How was your weekend?
My weekend was great. I spent the whole time watching Fox, mixed in with a couple of sporting events.
Did you see the Judge Jeanine interview with President Trump on Saturday night?
Yes, I saw.
Oh, man. That was a great interview.
By the way, we want to do a drop-in. If you want to explain to the audience what a drop-in is?
An audio soundbite? Yeah. That's a drop-in. That was my explanation. I don't know.
Expecting something a little fuller.
Oh, okay.
Back in the days of the Joe Pine Radio Show, a drop-in is a little thing. I'll give you a good example of a drop-in. You know the old joke, other than that, how did you enjoy the play, Mrs. Lincoln?
Yeah, mm-hmm.
That's a drop-in, just a one-liner. And there was a great one with Alec Baldwin, which I think we ought to try to print up and we can record and use it during breaks. What questions do you have other than that?
Yeah, exactly. Other than questioning me about the woman I shot dead last week, you have any other questions? No, I know, and then I love how he shoots one woman dead, and then he tells another woman twice to shut up in front of cameras on the side of the road. I mean, this guy, he's got some anger management problems, Alec Baldwin.
From what I hear, he's better than he used to be.
Well, he's cleaned his act up, but his wife's making up for it because she gets really nasty. Now, well, let's take another call or two, then we'll break, and there's devastating new polls out. And we'll get into that when we get back. Good morning. You're on the radio for the Democrats. You'll hear it after the top of the hour. Good morning, caller. You're on the radio. What's your name?
Hello. I'm Joel from Coral Springs.
Hey, Joe in Coral Springs. What's up?
Last week on the overnight when you did the Fosse thing with the orphans. I got so disturbed, I couldn't go to sleep, so I was driving. I from Coral Springs, I would drive to my Boca Raton mother's home. So instead of what really happened, and credit to you, I caught a erratic driver that was driving so horrible.
Are you sure You said erotic driver.
Erratic. Yeah.
Oh, erratic. You first said erotic. I was getting interested for a second. Okay.
Yeah, the guy was horrible. So I followed him and contacted the police, and they arrested the guy. And guess what? This guy did after he got out of his car.
What?
He tried to run away. This was like 2:30 in the morning. He tried to run away, and they arrested him.
Oh my goodness! What were we talking about on the show that you said got you interested?
Oh, Fosse and the...
Fauci funding the experiments of New York City orphans on AIDS research, many of them having died. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Couldn't sleep.
I know.
I want to ask you if the book Helen Moran on the Dick Cavett show, because she was on the Dick Cavett show years ago.
Who?
She was like Helen Moran, the booked her.
No.
If you remember.
I didn't, Dick was on for a long time. I caught him at the very end of his career. I'm sure it's just simply a coincidence. But they were trying to resuscitate his show.
Good luck.
Because of my line credentials, they wanted Dick to fight and, to be like Joe Pine. And unfortunately, Dick Cavett didn't have it in him. But
well, Dick Cavett inspired a lot of people, though, to get into broadcasting because people said, if a no talent like this could make it, I could do it.
I love your show. Thank you very much for...
Well, I'll tell you, you're a Coral Springs guy, so I imagine you're very familiar with Wings Plus in Coral Springs, the Sample Road location, where they have the best wings anywhere. What do you order at Wings Plus?
I usually get a hamburger.
Oh, the hamburgers are great, man. The hamburgers, they're thick, they're juicy. I mean, they're massive.
Very good.
You're big on the... by the way, thanks for the call. You're big on the hamburgers at Wings Plus too, Steve. Oh, man. They are real hamburgers. Oh yeah, and I'll tell you, we have listeners. I live in Boca now. I still go to Coral Springs to go to Wings Plus on Sample Road. You cannot get wings anywhere in this country like you can get at Wings Plus on Sample Road. Everything is homemade, including the wing sauces, the soups, everything homemade, including the chili, which is out of this world. I love it. You know what the chili? Oh man, my stomach is growling right now. My stomach is growling. I know. I mean, I wish I had a bowl of that chili. I could eat the chili while I'm on the air.
It's all meat. I don't like a lot of beans. A lot of places, most places you go, they fill it up with beans and stuff. Not
Wings Plus on Sample Road. No, that's right.
Wonderful.
Yeah, now Wings Plus, as I said, is on Sample Road, about a mile west of University on the south side of Sample Road. And when you stop in, make sure you tell them you heard about them on the Steve Kane Radio Show. All right, 2 hours down. We'll take our break. When we get back, Steve's with us on the phone. We're having some technical problems from the Steve Kane Cooper City studio today. But I'm going to put you on hold too, Steve, during the break. All right, so Steve's on hold. When we get back, devastating new poll numbers for the Democrats right after this.
We've got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Seniors, open enrollment is here. I Will Advisors is here to offer you an unbiased comparison of all your Medicare health insurance options. I Will Advisors specialize in educating Medicare beneficiaries on every available option to ensure you make the right choice for your needs. Call us directly at 954-753-8080. 954-753-8080.
We've got you covered. AM 1470, FM 95.3, 96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Hi, my name is Tom Laporta, the owner of Laporta Contracting, Roofing, and Restoration. We have been in the roofing and construction industry since 1982. We are state of Florida certified roofing and general contractors focusing on residential and commercial roofing.
Good morning, Sarah. It's a funny thing that Sarah was in the chat room just now because a picture came up with me with Sarah on my iPad recommendations. This was November 8th, 2019. Oh, that's me on the cruise. Okay. See, this is my cruise. Champagne, English Gary. That's another one of our listeners. My daughter. Can't believe that's been 2 years, Sarah. There's Steve on the bottom in the red. That's me on the bow with our listeners. Let's see here. Out at sea, looking at the port. Me again. This is all on our cruise. My daughter, me, the dining room, the wine, dinner. Oh, there's Rob. He's in the chat today.
I made an appointment. They got me in within the hour. I was out of there within 20 minutes. Thank goodness the test was negative, and I can go back to work tomorrow. They also tested me for the antibodies.
It was like, you know how like on your iPad it'll tell you like a picture.
They give great rates for Steve Kane listeners, and tell them to thank you.
It's worth 15 minutes of your time to have.
Hey, Rob. Yeah, that was Rob sitting next to Dr. Lamaski.
Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood near the Coral Square Mall. You can call them at 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza, where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto Park Road and north of Hillsborough. Call them at
I keep everyone's pictures. I take pictures all the time. People don't even know I'm taking pictures. I keep them.
237-5009. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio.
The Steve Kane Show is brought to you by Attorney Barry Siegel at the Siegel Law.
It was 68 when I left my house this morning. It's going to be about 80 today. It's wintertime in Florida.
With 9 offices throughout South Florida, from Palm Beach Gardens to Coral Gables. Call toll-free 1-855-3782.
I got an itch. got to scratch it on the controls here. There. Can't reach that itch.
Show toll free. Dial 1-888-COCAINE 1. That's 1-888-COCAINE 1. And now.
All right, third and final hour of the first show of November has begun. I'm Brian Craig. Steve Kane with us on the phone today. We're having some technical issues at the Steve Kane Cooper City studio. So let me play this, Steve. This is Chuck Todd from NBC's Meet the Press, who I believe is being replaced by Rachel Maddow. I think they're going to fire Chuck Todd and replace him with Rachel Maddow. But are you with us, Steve? Yeah. Okay, good. I can't tell because you're on the phone. Okay. So Chuck Todd went over some polls that they live on NBC News yesterday, and he refers to them as scary for Democrats. Now, good, that's right. Yeah, and the world, really. Good for everyone when the Democrats' polls are low. Now, before I play this, let me explain. There are three types of polls. The most scientifically accurate are polls of likely voters. Likely voters are described as people that have voted in the past 2 elections and plan on voting in the second election. That is the most accurate and scientific poll of all. The second type of polling, which is less accurate, is a poll of registered voters. They may be registered to vote, but they may never vote, right? And then the least accurate and most liberal-leaning poll are polls of Americans. They may not even be registered to vote. Hell, they may not even be 18. They're just Americans, right? So the least accurate is polls of Americans, and that is the most liberal-leaning polling sample you can do. So what Chuck Todd is going over here is the most liberal-leaning poll you can do, not likely voters, not registered voters, but polls of Americans. So the numbers, as bad as they are actually even worse than this. So here's Chuck Todd going over the poll. It's their own polling that they went over, NBC. So here, listen to this. So it's a liberal poll with the most liberal sample you can get, right? Now listen, I'll play it for you. This is Chuck Todd over the weekend. NBC News' Meet the Press.
It's filled with some scary news for the Democrats. The overarching message: Americans have lost their confidence in President Biden and their optimism for the country. At least they have right now. Just 22% of adults say we're headed in the right direction. A shocking 71% say we're on the wrong track, and that includes a near majority of Democrats who are saying that.
Okay, so a near majority of Democrats are saying... Well, no. This is shocking. It's shocking they're sharing this with the public on NBC News. That's how bad it is. They can't even cover it up, Steve. This is very shocking. This is very shocking. So in this liberal-leaning poll, and we're not done. We've only just gotten started. And I'm going to rewind it and start over again because it's so good. I want to hear it again. But in this liberal-leaning poll, with the most liberal sample you can get, you got to add 10 points to it, at least, maybe 15, but 10. A near majority of Democrats in blue states believe the country under Joe Biden is heading in the wrong direction. That is devastating and shocking.
With some scary news for the Democrats. The overarching message: Americans have lost their confidence in President Biden and their optimism for the country. At least they have right now. Just 22% of adults say we're headed in the right direction. A shocking 71% say we're on the wrong track, and that includes a near majority of Democrats who are saying that. President Biden's approval rating stands at a dismal 42% versus 54% who disapprove. Believe it or not, just 2 months ago, Mr. Biden was in positive territory, 49% approving, 48% disapproving. So what's pulling down the president's numbers? Well, look at this set of numbers. Just 37% say he has the ability right now to handle a crisis versus nearly a majority.
Okay, wait a minute. I got to go back. What the percentage that think he cannot handle a crisis? Let's listen on.
Disapproving. So what's pulling down the president's numbers? Well, look at this set of numbers. Just 37% say he has the ability right now to handle a crisis.
Okay, only 37% in this liberal poll with this liberal sample believe he has the ability to handle the crisis. That means 63% think he cannot handle a crisis.
The 63% are right.
Yeah.
Crisis versus nearly a majority who say he does not. 37% also say he's competent and effective as president.
Oh my goodness, that means 63% say he's not competent.
50% disagree with that description. What's more, Republicans, believe it or not, have double-digit leads. Border security, inflation, crime, national security, the economy, and shockingly, on getting things done. Democrats hold generally smaller double-digit leads on dealing with climate change, the coronavirus, education, and abortion. And that's really it right now.
That's it.
Not clear yet whether any deal struck by Democrats on the social spending and infrastructure bills will nudge Mr. Biden's numbers back into positive territory, or whether the damage to his reputation is more of a scar than a bruise.
Wow. That it seems like he's given up.
I mean, people, if you're watching the right stations and going to the right sources, you would have figured this out weeks ago. I guess ever since they released that poll on Fox that showed the massive swing, that was the tip off. And I love all these. I'm watching all these so-called experts giving their opinion about what, and everyone's saying, and they're all hedging their bets. Oh, it's going to be closed, or this doesn't necessarily mean that this is going to be the final number. Polls don't mean anything. But the bottom line is, what it shows is that what's the name of the candidate? I keep forgetting.
Youngkin, Glenn Youngkin.
Youngkin. The people at the poll that are voting for Youngkin are going to walk away with it. It's going to be
Well, yeah, and things are worse in Virginia. This is shocking, Steve, because one, this is an NBC liberal poll with a very liberal sample, and they broadcast it over their network. So what they're doing, the reason Chuck Todd did this was to start preparing their people for bad news, so it doesn't come as a shock to them. And you know what I mean? They're preparing their liberal viewers for what's going to happen tomorrow in Virginia. And Youngkin, they say he is 8 points ahead. Actually, it's 13 because he was down 5. So Youngkin last week gained 13 points on McAuliffe. And I got some clips here that I want to play. You know what? Let's take the break a minute or two early so we can play these clips without having to stop in the middle, because I've got 3 clips that involve Virginia, and I don't want to have to stop in the middle. And we've got a big announcement to make here on the Steve Kane Show today. I'm very excited about this. And this happened, complete surprise, after the show on Friday. I got an email from Mike Lindell's office. They gave us our own Steve Kane section of their website, Steve. And this is huge because they do this for like Sean Hannity and, these national Fox level figures. And they did this for us without even asking. There's a Steve Kane section of the MyPillow website with special early Black Friday specials I'm going to share with you right now. Now, any special you see at MyPillow.com, you can take advantage of with our promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout, no matter what it says, even if it says Hannity. But they gave us our own website section, MyPillow.com/Kane. MyPillow.com/Kane. And when you use the promo code KANE, these are some of the incredible deals that they have reserved as pre-Black Friday specials for listeners of the Steve Kane Show. I'm very excited about this. I mean, they gave us our own MyPillow website here, Steve. This is, we're on Mike's radar here. We're on Mike Lindell's radar. Now, it is exciting. Now, here's some of the specials that will knock your socks off. These all make great Christmas gifts. Okay, now these are the exclusive Steve Kane specials. When you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, the MyPillow mattress topper, which I sleep on each and every night, got rid of my back pain last week, 50% off. 50% off with the promo code KANE on the MyPillow mattress topper. That's for any size mattress. 50% off with the promo code KANE. Unbelievable deal. It makes a great Christmas gift. The MyPillow towel set. I have these too. And they're usually $110. $110. With the promo code KANE, just $39.99. The MyPillow My Slippers. I have the MyPillow My Slippers. They're good for all day wear. They're really more of a shoe than a slipper. I have the tan moccasins, but they have multiple colors and styles for men and women. With the promo code KANE at checkout, 50% off the MyPillow My Slippers. An incredible deal. Listen to this one. The MyPillow, 75% off with the promo code KANE at checkout. K-A-N-E. 75% off the MyPillow. The MyPillow dog bed, I have 2 of these, one in the bedroom, one in the living room. $19.99 with the promo code Kane at checkout. I know, these are unbelievable deals. The MyPillow Patriotic pillows, just $49.98, regular $140, just $49.98 with the promo code Kane. And of course, the 100% Giza Cotton Dream Sheets, buy one set, get a second set free with the promo code Kane, K-A-N-E. That's 2 Christmas gifts. And when you do that BOGO offer on the sheets, you can get them in different size sheets, different colors and styles and everything else. You can mix and match them. So these are the Steve Kane specials. Now again, any special you see at MyPillow.com, you can take advantage of with the promo code Kane. But this is the special section they set up for the pre-Black Friday sales for Steve Kane listeners. Promo code Kane at checkout. Incredible deals. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879. We'll be right back.
Live on the air to tell me about his experience at Friendly Tire.
I had 2 bald guys in the back of my Infiniti. I called them up, and I always check prices first. Half the price of everybody else.
Half the price? Half the price at Friendly Tire. Wow.
Half the price, and not only that, his tires, which nobody had, the tires I was looking at had any mileage guarantee. His is 60,000 mile warranty. So they're not only half the price, but they're twice as good.
So you're a repeat customer over there at Friendly Tire. You bought new tires, right? So you bought new tires, because they also sell used tires, starting at just $30 for most sizes. But you bought new tires, and they were half the price at Friendly Tire than at the other tire shops around town. That is phenomenal, and came with a 60,000 mile...
Yeah, hey guys, I put the link, I pinned the link to our MyPillow website section they made for us right at the top of the chat. And, you know, you guys out there, I know you can't use a lot of our local sponsors like this. A great way to support the show is go to MyPillow using our promo code Kane and buy something. And the support from this audience has been so loyal and successful to MAGA Mike Lindell that they did this for us. I mean, that's amazing.
Online, friendlytire.net, or you can just stop right in. The address is listed at stevekaneshow.com. 5415 Northwest 15th Street in Margate, and that's just a little north of Coconut Creek Parkway on the east side of 441 State Road 7. Well, Conservative Doug, thanks so much, and I'm glad you got such a great deal on your tires at Friendly Tire in Margate.
Hi, this is Lori Kane, and I want to talk to you about Dr. Gupta at Brighton Dental Care. I just love Dr. Gupta. I've been seeing him for around 3 years. He always has time for me. He never does unnecessary work, and his prices are very affordable. And if you need implants, go see him because he has the best prices around. Let me give you the number. Write it down. It's 954-922-4633. That's 954-922-4633, BrightonDentalCare.com. He's just the best.
Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio. Just search for WWN.
All right, 20 minutes after the hour, I'm Brian. Steve Kane is with us by phone today. You with us, Steve? Okay, so let me get into some of this stuff. So things are looking pretty bad for the Democrats in Virginia. Youngkin pulled ahead 13 points over the weekend, and they had that screw-up with the fake white supremacist on Friday with the Lincoln Project. And, you know, I heard on Fox, they said that the Lincoln Project are Democrats. That's not true. They're Republicans. They're right. They're fake never-Trumper Republicans, aren't they? I heard Lawrence Jones say they're Democrats.
I'm under the impression that they're
Republicans. They act like Democrats. Yeah, and Lawrence Jones said they were Democrats. Wrong, Lawrence Jones. And no one corrected him because he's black. They don't want to correct him. But anyway, a couple clips here. Youngkin was on last night with the great one, Mark Levin, and here's a clip of that.
Virginia voters are absolutely making a bold statement, and this is not going to be a close election. You can just see us pulling away. You can see us making a statement to not just win the governor's race, but the lieutenant governor's race with Winsome Sears and the attorney general's race with Jason Miyares. We're going to win back control of our House of Delegates. We're winning local races all over, sheriff races, school board races. School boards matter. This is going to be a big statement, and a lawyer here and there that my opponent hires is not going to make a difference because this is going to be an overwhelming victory.
That's Youngkin. Okay, now I play that not just because he's predicting a victory. I want you to hear his tone. Does he sound like a guy who's losing? No, he sounds like a winner, right? Well, let me...
He's not, because he's not looking to cover his tail.
Exactly.
He's in a way that no matter how the election comes out, he's right. He's taking a stand. And that's nice to hear from opponents.
Yeah. So here you got, he's taking a stand, he's energized, he's positive, he's talking like a winner. Terry McAuliffe gave an interview yesterday and attacked parents of children in the public schools in Virginia, and also includes the father of the girl who was raped in one of the bathrooms at a high school in Virginia. This is Terry McAuliffe. Notice the difference in tone. This is a McAuliffe interview over the weekend.
Glenn Youngkin has done in this campaign is run down Virginia, run down our education system, run down our economy. And when you think of this right now on critical race theory, Chuck, it's not taught. So all you're doing is pitting parents against parents, parents against teachers, and they're using children as political pawns. I was in Hampton last night. I met a school board member, said our school boards were fine. As soon as Glenn Youngkin got nominated, all of a sudden these people started showing up, creating such a ruckus.
Okay, he referred to parents as these people started showing up to school board meetings, and I talked to this politician, and he said things were great until these people, isn't that what Democrats used to call black people during desegregation? These people. These people are typically that's a term for like people you don't want around, you don't like, right?
Majority.
Yeah, exactly. These people. Things were fine until these people started. But you hear the difference in tone. Youngkin's positive, sounds like a winner. And I think Terry McAuliffe, he sounds desperate, defensive, and he's trying to act like, he's trying to blow it on purpose. So he says, well, I lost, but I stood up for what was right. I was against these people. I'm for politicians running the schools, not parents, I mean, he's blowing it. Now, I got one more clip, and if you're on hold, stand by. This is one, you may have seen it over the weekend in the news. This is the mother at the Loudoun County School Board talking about how her 6-year-old white daughter was made to feel like she was a bad person because she's Caucasian. Listen to this.
My children are now in private school and are thriving. We had specifically moved into chased out of LCPS due to the swift and uncompromising political agenda of Superintendents Williams, Ziegler, and the school board that have forced upon us.
Steve Kane Show.
First, it was in early spring of 2020 when my 6-year-old somberly came to me and asked me if she was born evil because she was a white person, something she learned in a history lesson at school. Then you kept the schools closed for a year and a half despite the science indicating that it was safe for kids to return. And now you've covered up a rape, then arrested, humiliated, and falsely accused her parents of being domestic terrorists. I wish I could return my kids to LCPS. Private school is expensive, and I want my kids to be able to walk home from school with their friends in their own community. I refuse to allow you to destroy our schools. They are not your schools, they are our schools. You all should be ashamed, and you should have the moral courage to admit you are wrong and step down.
Okay, now this woman, her 6-year-old daughter came home and asked mommy if she's an evil person because she was born white. That's what Terry McAuliffe is referring to. Everything was all right until these people came along. Oh my goodness. It's not looking good for McAuliffe, Steve.
Statement.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a massacre, and I think it's going to be evident. I don't know if we can win the governorship of New Jersey, but I think
Virginia. New Jersey can take McAuliffe.
About New Jersey?
Oh, the New Jersey race? I haven't been following the Jersey race, so I cannot speak on that one.
But it could be an upside. In other words, I think you're going to see strong results across the board nationally on this thing. It's going to be a repudiation of Biden.
Well, what will happen, if Youngkin wins tomorrow night, he's going to go on tour with Trump. You know that, right? And all these congressional, he'll be like a big hero because he will have defeated the Democrat establishment. Yeah. All right, let's take a call or two. Now, Steve, I think I got you locked. I'm going to put you on hold and then lock you in again. Hold on. Steve's on the phone today because we're having technical difficulties. If you get disconnected, I'll call you back during the break, Steve, because I got to conference you with the calls. All right, caller, good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Brian. Nice shirt. Good morning, Steve. How are you all both doing today?
Oh, Wisconsin Gary, good morning.
Great. Hey, Gary. How are you?
Doing really well, Steve. Doing really well. And I'm glad you're doing well over there yourself with your testing and stuff. So, God's watching over you, my brother.
COVID-free Steve.
I'd like to think so.
So, this is going to be a very interesting voting tomorrow. Normally I say vote for elections, for everything that's possibly happening around from state to state to state. But it just didn't seem like there was enough to actually stay home for the election. But this Virginia race, because Virginia normally always stays blue, if you kind of look at the history of it, but this turning Virginia into a red state, and I'm sorry to say, Brian, I don't trust any poll that's out there. What I trust is what people vote on election day, as long as the integrity of it is accurate.
Well, I got to tell you, Gary, I don't usually follow polls, okay? But here we are, okay? This is what's going on here, okay? Here we are we're a day away now, but these polls are from the weekend. So liberal NBC News and MSNBC are showing defeatist polls 2-3 days before an election. Those are polls you can trust because they want to prop their people up, not discourage them. And liberal media promoted polls that discourage their turnout. So that's that adds to the significance and accuracy of them. And Chuck Todd sounded defeated to me.
The videos that I've seen yesterday.
Steve Kane Show.
I think it's how do you say his name?
Youngkin, Young and then Kin at the end, like a kid Kin, like family. Youngkin.
He had a great speech yesterday. He brought up a lot of key points, about lowering the taxes there, the high cost of living there. He brought so much into that, and hopefully Virginians are really tired of everything that's been happening. Now, because of what's happening, we're starting to intervene on a good majority of that. So I think some of those people there in Virginia, which is going to be very exciting to watch, the poll numbers, or the voting numbers come out tomorrow. Because I will be watching that, basically left and right and finding out what's been going on. But, we've mentioned before, you've mentioned it, Steve has mentioned it, I've mentioned it. These elections from this point on, all the way to 2024 and into the future, in my opinion, are the most important elections of our entire life.
No doubt. Because this will set the trend for the midterms. If we have a victor, forget about New Jersey. Everything's on Virginia.
One second. This catastrophic spending bill that they're trying to push through the House and the Senate and foist on the American people, you're going to see that whole thing is going to dissolve. The day we think it's going to happen.
As long as cinema sticks to their guns, this bill will not pass.
Especially if we win. If we win in Virginia, that's done. It's over. That Virginia election is a veto. Listen, hey, Wisconsin Gary, we got to run for our break, but always a good call with great content. Those of you that are on hold, stand by. Back to the phones after the break. I'm going to put you back on hold, Steve. All right, we'll take our break for the bottom of the hour. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Show. Steve Kane with us via telephone today. We'll be right back after this.
Steve Kane radio listeners love Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca.
I went over to Champagne Automotive, and I got to say that this man is the most fair mechanic I have dealt with in my entire life. We took a car over there that was not being used yet. It belonged to my 90-year-old dad. Everybody I had taken it to before was charging an astronomical amount of money. But when we took it over there, Eddie took a look at it.
Jacqueline, $20 super sticker. Thank you, Jacqueline. Everyone thank Jacqueline.
I strongly recommend Eddie, and he is just the best thing that's happened to this family as far as car maintenance goes. It's fixed. Bottom line, it's fixed, and the price was right.
Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca will never do a repair on your car that your car doesn't need. And their prices are low. Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca. Give them a call. 561-245-8101. 561-245-8101.
Be right back, guys.
Hi, Brian Craig here. You've heard Dr. Mitch Matez and Steve Kane's wife Lori talk about their COVID testing at Any Lab Test Now of Boca and Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. I've been tested too. So is Steve Kane and his son Tyler. Today on the radio, Rabbi David called in. He felt that he was getting sick and wanted to get tested for coronavirus. So he went to Any Lab Test Now of Boca.
Go to Rabbi David. Hey, Rabbi.
By the way, you might hear congestion in my voice. I actually had a lot of congestion. I felt a little sick, and of course, I get nervous that, is it COVID or not? My wife also. So guess what we did? I listened to you. I went down to Any Lab Test Now yesterday, and I couldn't believe it. Went right in there. They put a little tiny thing, you didn't even feel it in my finger. Literally 10 minutes later, not a second more, they came back and said, "You're fine, negative, great." We went on our way, and we just, not even worried. So
that $69 price is just for Steve Kane Show listeners. You got to mention that, and it's that little finger test. You get it real quick. I'll tell you, anytime somebody has any type of congestion, all of a sudden, if there's anxiety sets in, not just for them, but everybody around them. It's best just to go in and get the test. Say, I don't have the COVID.
Yeah, but he didn't know.
Instead of dealing with all the wonder.
And they give you a piece of paper that you have to.
I mean, that guy didn't know who belonged in Grant's tomb. You know?
I take out that piece of paper. I said I was tested right here, and I pick up the piece of paper.
Jeez.
And to them that says negative.
Do you think that guy really is a gun owner? No freaking way.
Boca and Coral Springs, they're good people, and I'm very lucky to have them.
They're very caring and full of information.
First, we had a doctor recommendation from Dr. Mitch Matez. Now we have a
Yeah, this shirt, Sarah gave me this shirt. It's a good shirt. I love this. Gary commented on my shirt.
Coral Springs for your COVID testing. Yeah, that's great. Rabbi recommended.
Any Lab Test Now of Boca and Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs. Rabbi recommended by Rabbi David for COVID testing. Rapid coronavirus testing, just $69. But you have to mention you heard them on the radio. Any Lab Test Now of Coral Springs is located on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood near the Coral Square Mall. Their number, 954-906-5983. Any Lab Test Now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza where the Western Beef is. Their number, 561-237-5009. Make sure you mention.
Oh, I haven't had a haircut in a while. Thank you very much for complimenting my hair. I appreciate that. My wife told me I need a haircut. During the summer, I get it cut short because it's so hot in Florida. But now I'm going for the Steve Bannon look. I'm going to let it grow out. All right, we're back. I'm Brian. Steve Kane is here. It's the Steve Kane Show. And I want to tell you, Any Lab Test Now of Boca and Coral Springs, they don't just do COVID testing. They do every testing you can imagine, and they guarantee the lowest price on all of their thousands of lab tests. In fact, I got a doctor's appointment coming up next week, so I'm going to go to Any Lab Test Now of Boca. My doctor has ordered some tests. I'm going to go over there, boom, and they'll fax or email the results right to my doctor for me, and they'll also give me a copy or email me a copy, whatever I need them to do. So, yeah. All right, do you want to go back to the phone, Steve?
Yep.
Okay, let's go. 1-888-GO-KANE-1 is the number. 888-465-2631. Richie, the bus driver. Hey, Richie.
Yeah, good morning, Brian. Good morning, Steve. Good morning. All right, here's the deal. Terry McAuliffe yesterday you played that little clip about how he said, this all started with Shirley is.
A very short, unattractive female? Yes, I know who she is. She looks a little bit like, she's a cross between Yoda and Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Yeah, she got on there and said the Republicans, on Stephanopoulos yesterday, the Republicans are against public education.
Oh.
Down.
That's interesting because she said, let me get this, you're talking about Donna Shalala, who was the chancellor of University of Miami, which is a private institution, said Republicans are against public school. Then why did she run a private college?
Yeah, she said
Did Stephanopoulos ask her that?
No, but what's his name got in there as the governor of Jersey, and he told her, listen, we're against the teacher unions that are putting this crackdown on.
Well, no, this is an important point. Donna Shalala made her money
as the president or chancellor of University of Miami, which is a private university. My cousin went to medical school there, and she regrets it because they charged through the nose. She said she should have gone to Central America or something, Belize, wherever, Grenada. But she made all of her money off of private schooling down there, and she's saying we're against public education? Give me a break, Shalala.
Republicans. So what this is going to be an organized effort to twist this whole thing around. They twist everything, and that brings me to this Steve Hilton last night. Did you see Steve Hilton last night? Yes, I did. Did you see the part with the bird in the cage? The guy bought the canary that was dead when he bought it, and the guy insisted the canary was just sleeping. Well, that's what's happening there. Everything you see, they tell you something.
Yeah.
These people are so devious.
Did you hear when Biden met with the Pope, he had a bathroom accident right before? It's been reported. When I first heard it, I thought they're just hating on Biden. Yeah, and a lot of people are, and I'm not making that up, that is not a joke. He had a number 2 problem, is being reported online. And a lot of people think, well, he's an older guy. It's not that. Here you got a guy who's, married to a woman he had an affair with, right? And while she was married to his best friend, and he supports abortion, and he's getting ready to meet with the Pope, and he was.
Is trying to get his attention.
I think he was scared. I think he literally blanked his pants because he was afraid that the Pope would call him out on his affair, his abortion support, and refuse him communion. I think that's why he did it.
They gave him communion, which is another crazy, twisted thing. I mean, these people, what is it, separate? If you're a big shot, you get communion. If you're a regular person, you don't.
No, the Pope said he would not refuse communion to anyone. And Jesus, hung around with sinners. Yeah.
Changed their lives. This guy is not changing his life. And by the way, they could have saved a lot of money on that poll that you gave. All they had to do was ask me, is he doing a good job? He's doing a crapola job as president. Have a good.
All right. Just ask Richie. He's got the answers. Oh, man. I was reading today, Steve, that our Air Force may be grounded over the mandate, that they have thousands of members of the Air Force who have not listened to the order for the mandate, and we're not, and thousands of pilots as well as ground personnel. So we may not have a working Air Force. We may not have a working Air Force. And that's a big deal.
Bad choices by Biden.
Well, yeah.
When I write my book, when we write our book, if we're going to do it together, that would be a good name for the book, Bad Choices.
Yeah. No, I'm serious. This is bad. And with China on the move, with with everything they're doing, if we don't have a functioning Air Force for the first time ever since there's been an Air Force, don't look for it to be covered in the news, but that's a real story that's being reported. There's 12,000 airmen who we know of have refused this, and these are vital personnel. Many of them are pilots.
Biden averages at least one a day.
I didn't realize. I heard Obama once said that Joe always makes the wrong decisions, but I've never seen someone that's made so many bad decisions that's in a position of power before. I mean, this guy.
Silly thing. Every day, one of the scandals explodes. And there's basically 4 or 5 basic, just catastrophic decisions that Biden has made, and they rotate from day to day. One day it'll be the port hang-up, not being able to get the shipping thing together. One day it'll be.
Well, good morning, Marcy. Welcome.
What are Biden's catastrophes?
I mean, there's so many. It's hard. The shipping crisis. There's 600 American hostages, according to the State Department in Afghanistan. What happened to the American hostages that the Haitians took? That's disappeared. The southern border. Yeah, the COVID. Our military. Every branch of our service is about to not be able to operate. We won't have enough sailors to sail our ships at sea. I mean, it's just an endless list.
Every catastrophe that he's dealing with now is.
Well, that's a good skill set, Rob, I guess. Well, yeah. Now, if you guys have not seen, do this after 9 o'clock when we're off the air, okay? But if you've not seen President Trump's interview with Judge Jeanine that was over the weekend, it's on YouTube, and it's 28 minutes long. I watched it yesterday morning, and there's no commercials when you watch it on YouTube, on the Fox channel. It's an amazing interview. I have one clip of it, though, and it's President Trump talking about the Hunter Biden paintings. So this is President Trump with Judge Jeanine Saturday night talking about Hunter's paintings.
Talk about Hunter Biden and his special counsel. This week, Merrick Garland was asked again about whether or not he would appoint a special counsel to investigate Hunter Biden. Again, Hunter Biden, who couldn't get his art, so-called art, listed in any gallery until his father became president, now selling at the same prices as a Monet or a Degas. Yeah. No special counsel. That's gotta eat it.
I think that's the least of it.
And by the way, Monet and Degas, they don't paint anymore. So they're painting, Biden can still paint all day, so,
But the art is so terrible. So he's getting $500,000 a painting.
Right.
And I was seeing that access to the White House.
They say
I like that one. Should I buy one? It'll give me great access to the White House. When Trump has... Oh my goodness! It'll give me. Should I buy one? Hey, and that's cigar money from Trump. He might have more power and influence at the White House if he buys a painting than when he was president. At his next rally, he should paint something while he's on stage during the speech and then sell it.
It's such a terrible situation, and we're not going to learn who the buyers are. Should I buy one?
But isn't Hunter
give me great
Biden
access to the White House?
But they say that there's a wall. They have no idea. But there are people who are actually coming to the exhibits. So
first of all, the concept of it is ridiculous. And you said it couldn't get in the past. I don't think he ever painted before. I think he just started. So he's learning by the numbers. And let me tell you, I believe that.
Now, by the way, that's more confirmation of President Trump listening to the program. How many times have I told you that he's doing paint by numbers all the time? And then boom, President Trump up at Mar-a-Lago. It's in our listening range.
As bad as that is, it's peanuts compared to other things, okay? But it's so obviously horrible. I've had people say that's a terrible thing. That is a terrible thing, what's going on. And they're getting numbers like nobody has ever gotten.
A lot of money.
Nobody's gotten. In fact, I'm thinking about opening up my own gallery.
You are?
I'm going to.
How much are you going to charge?
I think a couple of $1 million a painting.
Yeah?
If he gets 500.
Who are you going to paint?
I'll paint whatever the hell I have to paint to get $2 million.
Mr. President, thank you so much for...
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Yeah, and President Trump's back home at Mar-a-Lago. That's why I'm in such a good mood. I can sense Trump in the neighborhood, Steve. All right, let's take one call here before we break. Good morning, you're on the radio.
Good morning, Brian.
Hey, Andrea.
Good morning.
How are you?
We are great. It's always nice to hear your cheery voice first thing in the morning.
Well, thank you so much. So, this is what I think is going on. First of all, I thought that interview with President Trump was amazing. I thought watching him at the baseball game yesterday was hysterical.
I loved it when he did the chop. Him and Melania did the chop. The liberals are freaking out.
Oh, well, what you're really seeing, and this is what I truly believe across this country now, is now you're actually seeing the American people have the same disdain for the Democratic Party that they have for the American people. That's what I truly believe. Like, right down the road from where I teach, there's a Let's Go Brandon billboard.
Oh, my goodness.
They are popping up all over.
Well, it happened. You didn't see this if you were watching the World Series on television. But if you watch online, the crowd broke into a "Let's Go Brandon" chant at the World Series Saturday night, and President Trump was grinning ear to ear. It was like a happy moment, and there was a plane with a banner with it flying over during the game too. They blocked it out. They blocked it out on TV. And that's Fox. That's the Fox network. Wasn't it Fox Sports carrying that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what else I thought was, and I don't watch CNN, right? I do not watch CNN.
Andre, you got to be quick because we're up for the gold report. So you got to just like 30 seconds. So I'm sorry to cut you short, but you got to cut to the chase because we got to run.
Tuned into the Lisa Lang thing, and now they're going to run a new special on CNN about how Trump right now is creating a coup and how the militia were linked to January.
Oh, please. The militia, there were no guns there. The militia have guns. The only guns were the cops. No militia there. Okay, Andrea, take care. All right, let's take our last break of the day. Come back with the Gold Report. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian. Our number 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. We'll be right back.
Do you think you've come in contact with someone who has coronavirus? Steve Kane's wife Lori did, and she went to any lab test now at Coral Springs to find out if she has coronavirus.
So I came into contact with somebody who tested positive for COVID, and I was scared. I needed results right away, so I went to any lab test now
Hey there,
in
hold on.
Coral Springs. It was great. I didn't want to have to stay in line for 2 hours and have a swab stuck down my nose into my brain. It was very pleasant. I made an appointment. They got me in within the hour. I was out of there within 20 minutes. Thank goodness the test was negative, and I can go back to work tomorrow. They also tested me for the antibodies, and I haven't been exposed. So do what I did. Go over to any lab test now at Coral Springs. They give great rates for Steve Kane listeners, and tell them we sent you.
It's worth 15 minutes of your time to have peace of mind and know that you and your family are safe. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood near the Coral Square Mall. You can call them at 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto Park Road and north of Hillsboro. Call them at 561-237-5009. 561-237-5009. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the radio. Listen to the Steve Kane Show on iHeartRadio.
All right, and it's time for the first gold and precious metals report of the week and of the month of November. On the line from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated on the first floor of the Bank of America building in Boca, we have William Youngerman on the line. William Youngerman, good morning.
Good morning, Brian. How you doing?
Great. How are the metals looking?
Metals looking good after a little bit of a pullback on Friday, giving us a buying opportunity, which I saw many Steve Kane listeners took advantage of as we taught them over the years. Gold closing after getting up to about $802 on Friday, closing at $1784.10, down $15. Silver was down 19 cents, closing out the week at $23.89, while platinum was up $1 at $1,018, and palladium closed up $19 on Friday at $1,937. Right now we got gold up $6.70. That's at $1,791, with resistance to around that $1,800 number. Traders are still selling those 1800s and then buying them back in the 1780 range. So that gives us that nice range to take advantage of whenever it gets back down at the lower end of the range. Silver right now is at $23.95. That's up 6 cents. Platinum up $22 at $1,040, and palladium down, or actually unchanged, at $1,937 the ounce. That's pretty much where we're starting off this.
Yeah, now it's the 1st of November, which means we're in holiday shopping season, and it might seem a little early for some, but not really. Now, over at William Youngerman, you have great watches and jewelry that make wonderful Christmas gifts, and I bring it up early because, in particular, with the watches, William Youngerman, people get on waiting lists for certain types of things. What do you offer so far as jewelry and watches that make great Christmas gifts?
Well, we absolutely make a great offering to all of our, especially our Steve Kane listeners, on all jewelry items, mostly priced at their gold or silver value,
plus a very little bit for the precious stones that might be in them, and we can help you save thousands of dollars on any kind of nice jewelry you're looking for, or watches. And
yeah. And what type of watches do you typically have available to people?
we specialize in things like Rolexes, the upper brands, so we don't have the cheaper watches. The Rolex, Patek Philippe, and some of the other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so let me give you guys the number that are interested in that, because it's November 1st. You want to start with that right now. 1-800-327-5010. 1-800-327-5010. Online, WilliamYoungerman.com. And if you want to stop in, all the metals available for immediate delivery right there. The address, 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca, on the first floor of the Bank of America building, immediately east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto. All right, William Youngerman, have a great day. We'll talk tomorrow. Okay, thank you. All right, take care. All right, we've got Steve on the phone today. So tomorrow's the big election in Virginia, and then hopefully, Steve, Wednesday's the victory celebration. Yeah? Steve Kane Show.
America is about to...
Janet? Oh, hey, Anita. Hold on, Anita.
Clean house.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. And, when we're talking to Wisconsin Gary earlier, very important thing about this, these polls that I know some people who can't stomach CNN and MSNBC. I get it, but I stomach it for you. And when you have liberal mainstream media, okay, when you have liberal mainstream media talking about defeatist polls on the air in a race that's just a day away, it's over for them. Because what they typically do is inflate people's confidence with their phony polls, but the polls are so bad they can't hide them. And what Chuck Todd and the rest of them are doing is depressing their turnout big time by reporting the things they're reporting. So never, in my mind, never. From the left, never. Never. It's unheard of. As far as I know. Now, if you know of one, I don't know. But
Lying BS and all that stuff. This is the first time what they're anticipating is so massive that they've got to acknowledge it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. That's... But Trump told Judge Deneen, President Trump says, Youngkin wins if my base turns out in Virginia. So those of you in Virginia, turn out. Turn out. Don't think that we got it in the bag and they don't need you. We need everybody.
Segment.
That's right. That's right. Now, listen, a couple weeks ago we welcomed a brand new nutraceutical sponsor here on the Steve Kane Show, AJ's Natural, over at the Festival Marketplace. The Festival Marketplace, immediately east of the Turnpike on the south side of Sample Road. And, of course, AJ's, it's Anita and Janet. And you guys know Janet Cimarelli. Steve and I have known Janet Cimarelli since 1998. She introduced both of us to nutraceuticals back then. And now Janet's got her own shop with her partner Anita, and today we're joined by Anita from AJ's Natural on the line. Anita, good morning.
Good morning. How are you guys?
We're doing great.
Doing good. I wanted to say that I'm so excited because we've already had a few of your listeners come into the store.
Well, that's great.
And what's funny is they are familiar faces because, Janet has been counseling in South Florida, given free nutritional counseling for 25 years. Her and I actually have worked together since 95. All of the stores that Janet has worked at, I was always there with her behind the scenes, making sure the appropriate products were on the shelf that she got good results from. And so as people are coming in, they're people we knew many years ago, but they just didn't know where Janet was. So I'm glad that Janet is reaching people who have been looking for her, and we continue to bring natural health to South Florida at great.
Well, and the prices are unbelievably low. By the way, I'll be stopping in the store on Friday. I've got to pick up a couple of nutraceuticals myself, but I'll tell you, Janet Cimarelli, who offers free counseling over there at AJ's Natural at the Festival Marketplace. I think Janet Cimarelli is easily the most well-known name in vitamins and nutraceuticals in South Florida, and she is the best. And I know, Steve, I think it's been a long time since you've taken a nutraceutical without calling up Janet Cimarelli on her cell phone and asking her about it first. So listen, AJ's Natural is in the Festival Marketplace, again, immediately east of immediately east of the Turnpike on the south side of Sample Road, and it's easy to find inside the Festival Marketplace. It's right next to and across from the food court. So if you're facing the food court, turn around, look to your left, you'll see AJ's Natural. Now, if you can't make it into the Festival Marketplace, they'll ship to you anywhere, locally, around the country. You can give them a call over there. They open at 10 a.m., 954-317-1851. 954-317-1851.
Is that Janet sees people for nutritional counseling by appointment. I won't say by appointment only, but you just call
she
ahead.
is there. What? She is there on the floor, but her appointments are filling up. So
yeah,
if you get time with Janet, you should probably.
Yeah, exactly. 954-317-1851. All right, Anita, have a great day. I'll see you on Friday and talk to you next time.
All right, bye guys. Have a great day.
All right, take care. Well, man, I tell you, what a great time. We got Janet and Anita at AJ's. We got Trump at Mar-a-Lago. We're going to win tomorrow in Virginia. Life's good. Life's good. Yeah, well, we're out of time. You want to sign us off, Steve?
Okay, we will be back to do it all over again tomorrow on behalf of our technical director, Tyler Kane, my partner, Brian Craig, and you know me, I'm Steve. See you tomorrow, and God bless America.
We've got you covered. AM 1470,
all right, guys.
FM
That's it for today.
96.9. South Florida's FM Money Talk Radio Network. WWNN, Pompano Beach.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, I was trying some supplements for my blood pressure, which works, so I got to load up on them because they're working. And I got to get my cholesterol-reducing supplement over there, too, so I'll be there Friday. What I'm going to do is I'm going over there Friday to their vitamin shop. I'm going to make a YouTube video and put up here on the channel so you guys can see Janet and Anita and see the shop. So, and I want to show people where it is. It's a pretty cool place over there. All right, guys, I got to take off. Make sure you like the video before you go. And everybody, please, if you're not subscribed, subscribe and click that notification bell. Got a podcast coming up this afternoon. I'll see you then. Take care. All right, everyone.